Adafono mechechi amunyina kwaba eba the announcer newspaper. So Jumadi and Moshame live or YouTube. The announcer newspaper or YouTube. At the same time, Moshame live or Facebook. The announcer newspaper or Facebook. Oko your website so announcernewsonline.com. And also Mubinyaye Ashe Ewo announcernewsonline.com. Into Moshe baby Bebre, Moshe on Facebook, the announcer newspaper. So YouTube, the announcer newspaper, so and have a website, announcernewsonline.com. We doing editor different, and communication be brave because so then the because no e be anything. Sisi amenemo ka say and mene owura Hopeson Adorye ebe twetwe nkomo live ewo dwumadie so na nkomo bebre ho a Ghana man ye betie efiri omo ho. Sa so na ye ne eye owura Ernest Owusu Bempah eso ebetwetwe nkomo enti omomienu nyina na mobeti omonka live hewo dwumadie so enti so wa join me a baby a wo bia say wo hwe me YouTube, Facebook and say your website announcernewsonline.com. Obetimi I share video so that your friends will be part of the show. And some bebre wo ho aye fixing the country for no omaba abigina omaba beduru America ha. And enti omaba beduru America ha dia wa wonim say yes, so your responsibility. Say Yamagana for my woman on even the air coso ewo Ghana. Na enkuntumpo na amam for a chachra mam for no Ghana my no cry a womb. And say what join me a wonkwa and share bomoding na mauni or ben wono so enye be and share na ono so enche wajene. Yes, ye fix country no ye fix Ghana. Na ye fix a binum adwem boni a omoditi o my Ghana.
It is not nice. If you are the idea way kumwa, usi gata na. In sort of Ziana. How are we going to do it? We also have to fix our attitude, kakra. Then fix the attitude, kakra. Shenya wa ye bibie ato ade mu de anwe guso because say ade beba. Anya fine. Me twa mu no na wo ye. Makwa ba abeto. It is still there. So obi anya obaye wi obagya hɔ akɔ metiasie se ha na wo Dabi me besa me kan ne ko trim because me Ghana ha me ha tie me se me ba Ghana ha na me hu ne sia me yare because obroni krom ye nyama wo nye but me bi enti a yen Africans yan ye kro ne ye ne sei enye Bema, metiase one na uyi. But to see is a sort of see a heavier. What did you see? And you're fine. Why do we do this to ourselves as Ghanaians and black people? Why? Because yes, Nanado, Mahama, President Kufo, a young Kufro, Maso Majmo, my Nanado.
All right. I don't know Mamina Kwaba Eba Jumadie so Sembebre Ewo Ho Ane Ye Bedrin Home. And so what join me? I'm meeting editor the Fred, Mechechiamo. And then Medicain Akama Ghana for a binum subai. A yan near the subo Ekoba Bang, yet the subo Kobosi. As you need Pada Senia at sea or my numino, a binum subai, Mahu said, Omusi or Madi. And in the way idea here and ye bedroom home. Ghana economy not saying the city. I'm for be complain. It's unemployment. Bidum say Omunya in Yumanya. Ye be heard na do better na kunya so how many years in it. Now ye be heard say ampa. What you ma fix it, a binum abrabo, I'm a binum and you na dia be so na wo ye amabinum abrabo akoyi ebinum so kire sekretary se ne proye ekoso ewo omanum na ketase se ne proye no ebinum asem o mo kanyina ne se nanado ate se on prosecute ono ne nkrofo eyampa na yebusa se adentina ebinum sikadie ekom kese ewura o mo ni paduam ebra ndi se person o mo tia konya so na still yenya enchi bebre ento afiase ehon nsɛm ni nyina so ye de bebre mo amama hu na ensɛm bebre so ebenom so wancha mo se o amamwo no kura na asa obi ne nabusuafo bi ne family and friends bi no kresa eno so ye bewura so ne yehu se de sitie mahama o se de o se do or die comment no eno so ye beba so na ye nyina ya dwendwene ho ene ti se wa join me amedin edit that Fred me chechi amamo akwaba enche ye ne amamfo betwetwe enkomo paa ye medical ka chem se enche me ne Hopeson Adorye wabedru America ha sa so na Ernest Owusu Bempah ono so abedru America ha na Hopeson Adorye kra de ti ye asem atu Owusu Bempah ono so ekopie hobi na yabese ebusa no se eno so kra no hu de sen apolisifo no binom se omo treaty Owusu Bempah man treaty ni eno kre eno ho nsem no so nyina na yababa modern na ya fifi mu ne yahu de eko edi nsem wo ho adofonom nsem ewo ho paa ye mechia mama mu nyina akwa aba edi se wasori a eno ane se da unyankopon ase se wa join program ina wo share na uni oben wo no so no ono so enya bi ahwe ene nti medical ka kirem wo a obetro ye platform we ne yanyansafo ne wo so amanonefo a sebe omodi omo ho empenifo akase ena etie program no ene nti san kurase ye bia na ebinum edidi atem wo page no ye platform we de wo de baso se wo bedi atem a immediately a oba ya na ma blocko enti media medical ka cho ye mpe nkurase ye bia no se wo ma me ne papa etete wo no omo de atem didie ne etete wo a ana se usuku akwa e wukosu atem didie a hade atem didie ebi ni ha enti hade amanonefo a omo wonim de kese ene wo ha a wo mototo o madwene ene wa nti se show na sesa ne mani bi ewo mu a eno ane se ene kuta mi na me block amamfo sa nti sa pepepe ye nhwemo mamu ankurase ye bia na ebinom ye no entoa so enkoso sa adofonom osofo Owusu Bempah se ne ho te sen osofo te sen me chia ba bia wo bia menim se bibie tumpon kama se bibie tumpon kra na mbo ba mu obusa wi ase de enso wetimi ba na next time no wa hwekwan e befa so a enso hwe ne ba obesia no kwan because we are saying said the name esikono ya na bebre won sema omoka na de abai aba emfomso na nya aba awie emra so ye adwuma wo Ghana ye respect sa se mra anya adwuma no one is above the law among for say fix the country into yem fix on mine no on my Ghana yem fix it erinti na binom tete ho demonstration bi a irrelevant demonstrations bi a na binom ye obi to say Captain Smarter or na wompe bibinya or sorry ankontompu nkwana otwachira amamfo ne de Kevin Taylor no ma bo mo sorry atimi se bo mo sorry anopa ensim hunu nkwa no mu disa o mu twa ankontompu na okohwa na o mo to ate okohwe pe na o mani maguase asem bi o mbeka bia na ebebie mu no na asem no enye no kware ene nti se nyagopa adom ye didi koi ye hu se de o mu sitie ye pa o mo ho ntuma ama wiase man nyina so ahu se de esitie enti adofo no ma hu se if you are now some Chironia, now the Babontia. I was all your research, now verify one sem. Yes, over to ya, no about no abacasem, no of our body. If you muna de won't be near the Abremo. And it's facing the country for no swabba, almost was them they say. And summer face the country for cano in Kuntumpu. Into almost so chess on my Ghana, or more fix it on my Ghana. And I do ye, Jumantine, on my betrichimu, on my baby branch, New York. A year, I'm an on hey. Enti omaba nyankopon adom yafidie so beti omonka na omo chirechire mu ama ye nyina ye hu se edie ben ni die ben na ado ba ya wa ya ekire se ampa omo fixe oman no enti ne ye de ni nyina so ebebre mu ama mahu Kevin Taylor to say ohun ye ada na se wudwane tete si etufo untie esem hunu nko na usi aba no ne na wo ye wudwane afi na wo ye cover up upebe bi adwane afa Kevin Taylor as medical catcher say, "Untimi ntwa kontompo ntu obi so mfa ahonni." En kontompo de sa wo kan asem na nya no kware a, ye nhwew e ma mfa ahonni. Sabe onimonyamfo Kennedy Japan. Obra wa bo ba bi a waduru na nimonyam ekuta no no. Ye nhwe se mo be se na nimonyam e me se ne nkanko. Eti ehu se sa ne ma ni bi wo wakwan mu a, ene immediately na no na ya make sure say ya pa ahontuma. And per information they could have very soon. Kevin Taylor, the back with Janasem Dibia, Bibia you ready. We me pacho bi animo because anim guase and wagu obi. Said you see twan anum second de Japan to be my America. America e wo ha. Said you see twan anum say oba e be ni say oba oh what ho sorry wa no ba. Da bia say e ka asem kire. O sorry a da bia de open na wo ka. De anumdwa ani kontompo enu nko na aye oma. Asem bia pa bia na wo ka kire ga na man. Na say wo say wo to ate wani magu ase. Wi ase so de wani mgu ase a na afi obi ahu se de ositie. Eni ti de ho sem bebre ne ye de ni nyina bebre mo amamam se de esitie. Nti so adjoin me am chechi am mamu nyina akwa abadwuma de mo hwe me live e wo YouTube. The announcer newspaper e wo YouTube. At the same time mo hwe me live for Facebook. The announcer newspaper e wo Facebook. Oko your website so a announcer.newsonline.com ho nyina mo hwe ye wo ho. Enti just ekwa akire ne mo hwe ye ba bi bebre. Enti watena si me chechi aw medical ka hyeram se enche mene eye Hopeson Adorye ene yenua Bempah Owusu Bempah ebetwetwe enkomo na enkomo no de ekoso wo Ghana enema na Adorye empuntu a wodi gu akwan mu no ni nyina no ye de bebremo amama hu sa ampa na adu obo atwuma enso ebinom de wo mo de omonhu yo ebinom se wo de omonhu ye adwuma pa wo bo no ebinom se wo mo ehun ye ereti ye be make sure say ebinom ahu adwuma no wo sa ai ensa wo koso enti adwuma wo bo ni nyina ye be make sure say ebinom behu adwuma poten a wo ye na afei magi hu adanse sabe bibira ye o madwene say ade no ye frenchem kura no modi tete say na asem no kura no ena nti say ena we kura no na nti say ena we nti say enti onyakopo adom ye ne Hopeson Adorye ebetwetwe enkomo bebre na afei Ernest Owusu Bempah so mobete ono so nka enti ye cheche am bebre Hopeson say yeah bibi ekoso ase ye nte won kasa no papa o ma menhwe why you know am say wa mute no bisa ma menhwe ye nte won kasa no enti obetimi on mute mic no why am say wa mute mic no enti jumedie no mo hwe live obetimi asa abaso biem sa abra biem jumedie mo hwe live for the announcer newspaper so Facebook the announcer newspaper so Hopeson Adorye na mo te say mo hu ni se no mo betimi ahu de ekoso bibi ekoso bia na be make sure say mo be hu de APP some ekoso e wo Ghana ene wiasiman na ye de ebremo nti they say em say wabaso kama Hopeson that is saying
Yanko pardon boko
akwaba
bejo so papa before me baba me say 4 days to the time me baba no na me show
thank you very much
one nam bronze which grass in Kwan na me wife na show
nice
me Yenyane so be 5 bi wa abrochiranka ebe bo papa. It's a privilege say eja wo interview me ne na bibi abekoso kama
yo that's pa ye mo akwa so pa so
yo me that's me
ya yenya ntie ye go straight yenya ntie say fixing the country for no maba America ha but I be ntina mobile
yo me that's it. I'm saying, yeah, coordinating the fixing the country movement. Yeah, the movement come. Okay. And Crawford fix the country, and it's okay. I'm saying, yeah, President Yenino or Muhu, yeah. And it's a son at Chedia, and yes, it's to me, ma or Muhu, yet to me a church one. And yeah, and your fire, and you know, fixing the country movement. And to share, what I then a shame coming.
Wamwa munsa wamwa chedi yeah
na Ghana flag and their design in Sano abia na kama ewo mu eti ye de ne se enwuma ekoso no ye be ma Ghana fo ahu na omwate won say president ye adwuma bebre ewo o my Ghana mu a people don't know eti ya mo hu dawuro so a kwan ene be hu no and the ma fixing the country movement ya yenua Owusu Bempah oda eso ho daye and ja ofrefre ye ne say it's a good ayinti no yemfa enhyehyɛ so
na chese mo de na mo de ba ye no mo de ba say nkrofo bi so ye demonstration say face the country na mo de ba ye na say no mo si mo pose da bi mo be kyerɛkyerɛ ne ma na Adorye
oh chese what we say mo de na mo say mo ye demonstration no mo mislead the youth of the country ana hwenkoso ana ne kai ka ho hwenkoso ana hwenkoso dia ana se ye mamuhu ne ekoso so ho ne te no aha enti ye de na nya se ye ba be kanta wo mo keke no ye de ne se ye ba be kyerɛkyerɛ nuama president ye wo de before krase metwa na me kan so no abrochirefo ankasa be di adanse se ada John Mahama say na busuafo frefrem for school fees no na say who na fra broche di bi so for school fees
Dabi obi frem ya che
that's right enti eno so no ye hu ye mfile ewo ya ngasa ye widie mu ana say pressure na die so ye pay school fees o ye pay school fees every term near fra ye pay school fees ni e kai ka ho this time entisa obi be from school fees na bia dipa no university ana say bibisa so ho na tie no eno edema ayi edebaye na sabre pa de ye se ne ekosoro de be ma obi ahu adunti ana Owusu Bempah eye miankasa eye chairman Adorye Kofi Twumbuafo Alice Raj Fadi Dabusi the only Obroni in MPP in Ghana ana Ades wo moka hu ye se ye de besi ye hu so eti every week na ye call Ashanti region ye call other regions in ye kai ka ho na fe ye kwa ye twitwa infonini videos of nduma ekoso na yama Ghana fon so ayeden ahu now say fix the country no e sha ase no e you be na like all can adwini bi on Twitter ana what try say fix the country omuhu ya da we atro fix the country
no mo nyina be kambo
omo mu sha ase na ngasa no e do mo hefa
omo kranti ase
omo pio mu nyina gu nchen ana engrofobia ba be di animu na sa engrofo no ma be di animu so no credibility e friend credibility omo di ba
omo ye funu ne hia omo stomach
and me no ka say John Mahama ne Land Cruiser obi a wodim John Mahama bia nim say ne Land Cruiser sinyina ye silver yi color onyusu black na say ne ada yi silver ene me share fix the country leader ba ko a wo use sa silver color ni bi mo me say so nya Land Cruiser no he
na je say o suspect say bia Mahama
ada suspect o mako DVL apakwa check John Mahama ma de car anu odam what you
wine wa manika wine wa manika ana o mo din say
what we mo din say and so what they know sadi pano oni ayi ye ka dey say
credibility
sanu ka gitu abi mu na just about 2 weeks ago ave omo committee what the Land Cruiser about omo check card number me mako DVL akwa check me nim nipa John Mahama the card no ba ko ke enche I'm about any 4 months grab ana ban a hand over Land Cruisers brand new Land Cruisers mienu wa hand over brand new you can say pickups ana saloon car Ediama former president Mahama
Mahama and na the cars be na wo no yasama ni bi maka ho
me say a part of the constitution say every 4 years bia no yen change the cars ma no
and the 4 years Ghana buy us the cars ama no
what is the car Ediama no ama waja bi dey ma fix the country enti wo kwagina bontin no aka say fix you can say fix the country o ni nsa wo mu a oboa
hey meba Hopeson so put your man meba Ernest Ernest say
yes say
aboko na so
Damiadum bibia
you know I say Hopeson koso yetio asem ba That means
my boss, the friend, don't mind the body. I see. So that near Mahama Kanyina. Look, sir, what is it? Akufo-Addo, the president. Ya to ni pay mu 1 cedi. Mahama so ya to ni pay mu 1 cedi. Akatua president eje no. Sakatua ni pepepe ana Mahama so eje. Sir, yema president Akufo-Addo ka baako ene. The same car baako no ya de Mahama. Everything near Emma difference. And they said, Mahama entimi nkoteki salute. Wontimi enkonko representing Ghana wa brochira Akufo-Addo en somano. Ana
aha. Na just onya privileges e mo duru paaye.
Ha. Eti bibia wo ye bia Mahama ba New York ne foreign affairs be frɛ eye embassy a ewa ha sei. Wo mode ye ka ni say ye ka be kwa kogina tamak so am make sure so mo afa no. Mi bibia president ba ye mano no. The same thing and ye mano.
And they say when you brand new cars is here.
Oh yeah. I am telling you, I am saying it for a fact. And they cannot deny it. And ye ka say their mano. Ana obonim the colors into no what demand say me preserver. They are talk, they are mano. Okita, ye their mano. Brand new Land Cruisers 2. Brand new you can say pickups 2. And a brand new saloon cars 2. Ya the car 6. And they are mano.
Or no kwanya cars in Sian and Rechi and Anu ye.
And chair cry.
Wow.
And chair cry. Eti aya na man for kasa about presidency. Last na me kawo radio bisu say. Aya NDC Foundation slow down. And yes, they will force us to publish certain things and can't say publishing. So on the agenda. We can't say their money. I didn't guess because constitution I'm my point say former president would di you know frakunyano so and say oh yeah juma bia ede sika bebre no one tina bi it is what if dia na Ghana for say etimi eden yetimi kano
but yeah shey cars 9 they say e cars in sia they say doors wana
oh near constitution no e kan no e ya me nkwa nka meka say
ana no so anka say odibi ache Mahama anka so odibi ache waje ni nyina
enya no odi bi that day be ma you fix the country for you
Ernest akwaba hope say be pass bi Ernest akwaba yo Ernest am for say Ghana yedin also so nam say Ghana yedin oni amanfo ya adwene sa
well the can match you na me pacho din dey saying wada
Daddy Fred
okay Daddy Fred yeah ni agi say wama ya kwenya ise yemra program no so na ye no matwetwe nkomo na de kan be chi America fo nyina am say ade ba ko a mehu ni say it looks as if say social media misinformation social media new trend no it's like vile propaganda no it's taking over me ba America a lot of people have been calling me. A lot of them are NISC saying SC Ghana. No Hopeson. Me busar the Hopeson Tisana Ghana. Most of the things are almost canon. Yeah, na social media reality on the ground is absolutely different from what the pictures some people are painting on social media. Inti idea areho. SC Shen and Suyi na yetimi di hujuma na yeka ye diffuse that erroneous impression say Ghana it's a place remember one example who say Ghana one thing that Fred as OTS here is that back in the day 2014-2015 the average Ghanaian who was a middle class person and what you na or the Nebako school every September would have more than 2,000 Ghana cedis every September to take their kids to school. And they share the enroll of free SHS is about 400,000 to 500,000 kids who got access to free education, probably more, about 600,000. Now, if these 600,000 kids got access to free education every year, multiply by 600,000 by 2,000 Ghana cedis. We your calculation now.
With the mathematics, with the EMSA and what?
Exactly. And this tells you, say, that money, substantive amount of money is going into the pocket of the ordinary Ghanaian. At that time, na NDC wa bemu na sa di ni ho. Into the multiply every year. This money is free money going into the pocket of the ordinary Ghanaian. Now let's look at utilities. Uti kromwa. Despite 4 years of John Mahama administration and a doom so, ekoso minimum and yes, high tariff in prices. Now you say kromwa uti abuche when to bills are. You cannot survive. We share high tariff prices are not Ghana food is also almost about 85 to 95%. Despite doom so, near Tiasa bills, no, Eddie May, and they Yakufu buy where you need or tariffs, no, what it be so to even 15% to 25% increase, decrease or reduction of tariff prices, electricity near the day. And on Kodanche, on Kanian Sajin and also a Juma. And a lot of things are happening in the country. Yen share other sectors. What Ghana high money pound here to be kind. 2014 to 2015, the basic healthcare me buy America. Obetina ambulance and I'm happy people are there. Kofa Obi at the hospital. Basic healthcare. Me my travel chief for 14 years, and I understand how and you're working when it comes to Medicare and Medicaid. You know, sir, it is very, very important. Says OTS, and no, and a boy man for whom you here to be kind. I buy way back so to fix the country, you know. A lot of things has been put in place, and then ambulance 275 to 300 ambulances in every district. Tackle health needs and first aid of the ordinary Ghanaian people. And not sure will say, oh man, it is not 100%, but you look at certain indicators. You buy a Ghana economy, no inflation that same. Interest rate was about 38% under John Mahama, and then I'm 24%. Interest rate too, and it's a bank, and then America has it. Usha the private sector and the driving the economy of America. Usha the booming economy, almost about 75% of the economy, you know, is driven by private sector. Now, Juma said private sector, corner shop, what Bronx has it. Usha other shops, Wahanum near the idea. Ubia rely on the bank to get money to boost up their businesses. Now, if you live in a country whereby the private sector cannot borrow money from the bank to invest in their businesses, now Ghana interest rate was about 35 to 38% under Mahama. Now Kufuor buy will reduce interest rate by 21 to 19%. I will see you fix it or minor. Then there must be something wrong.
But it's not reflecting. It
is because America has, you know, meaning I say, oh, dear daddy Fred, what's a Can you live in America when you gainful employment? I'll be to your bills. Unless you want to live in a country, money will come. Even those people who benefit.
All right, so pause. What I'm sure, can you live? We say be a gainful employment to be as a kama. Now, better than gainful employment in Ghana and why?
Oh, gainful employment, baby. And I'm telling you, say, first time in the history of Ghana politics, Unemployment Graduate Association was there under Mahama. There were about 2.3 million youth for no munye jumanye. By NAPCO alone. NAPCO alone has taken over 200,000 youth. Omanya employment in September roll all the sector. IMF buy na IMF Mahama dear call IMF conditionalities no. Now public sector workers has been freezed. Now yemfa obi adwuma wa ban adwuma mu. Ese over 1.2 million kids and adwuma form in public sector alone. And it's facts, facts it took us a gainful employment. Yenka se omino bibia koso, but a buy we buy no. And your man a buy we are here to employ the youth. No, it is there. The facts are here. I bet me you can compare, and then we are Makruma say, yeah, Baba be propaganda, yeah, Baha with facts. And everybody who want to challenge, you know, you be a bukuma, here the facts natural say employment. 2014, not employment is saying 2015 is saying 2017 is saying
All right. And pause my name shifting kwa mesa basu bi. Hopeson so far me tie de Ernest Owusu Bempah kan that means say be on palm ye hu say ene me ekoso ye wo Ghana. Na adenti na bi no complain say ahokyere wo ho.
That is fair. America has a Yababedu has say more moti has a Mofa be free ana.
There be ahokyere so wo hampa.
Mo mame pa rent keke rent. Obi a won't pay rent kra no be pay $700. Won't pay kra. And you will be less than that.
Yeah, but yeah, juma no the
That's right. Now $700. What the call Ghana is do you know how much it is? No as the basis. Ghana over 80% of the population. Opie you hold more obeka say utia $1,000 $200 rent in a month. Obie you yes sir. But what America say utia $700. And you are here say America cool. Ghana na will be entry $200 no say why. I mean, how can you decipher this?
But so muti kudo no na eka so ma setina na niema
eh me say abroche for no kra no odensi wo muti krum hono. I am telling you. Ghana
let me chip it in first before Hopeson continue. Yeah. That is Fred. The SOT as he say, ministry, Hopeson will bear me out to say, Ministry of Education. Now, yeah, the NDC party full soldiers. They live in various districts and they are being paid. Monies go to people's pocket without working. Better than we a party of chicks. Now you're handing out your Caribbean, now we didn't Ghana gas board, money to your car. Better than and they be freezy, you know, because you were getting freebies. And that is one thing that Hopeson is aware. He knows. So these are some of the areas that among they were making money without working. National security under NDC. They were paying party food soldiers freebies, money. You trogum near the amount free. Now him fund open so develop economy. You too near to free. We are homeless crana. You free. What is the point? That is the point of one of the major areas as we are talking about a group of people here. They benefit from certain group of government to be omoba. Omunya freebies be dini free.
Enti dia wo kan me to ase a na wo pese wo kire se amanfo wo kire se se Ghana ye de ne ye wo mo a Mahama person no munya sika dini free no na.
Well, majority of if not Mahama person na free education. Mahama person na free education ni ho na ukotua school fees na sika bia ma oboto ma oni, and yet you complain say free a year planting for food and job aduane abu ama. We share the way and electricity bill, COVID-19, the child free, water bill, the child free. On my best, so America, the greatest democracy, couldn't do that. And he said, Sanyoma way in our Kosu now share Mahama time, doom so I won't share a benediani, a benesiani, Sanyoma and Kosuna because they were benefiting from freebies. They were able to accommodate it because monies were not coming into their pocket. So you ask yourself then, what is actually happening there? Among for say, still
Mami Musa Hopeson, dear Ben happening here. What is actually happening now? Still now, man for your mochiro.
Yena Bosomeswan, ye jacket yagrano. Yen kokase, emu da machese enye. So honeteno. Yes, Miamamu or Hoduma, Yatutumu Kakrakra, and an idiot, Yenim say Ebecoso. America as a man, no say. Adiana Motono $1 says about 50 cents. Nijina kwa dimu kakrakra. So on eteno. Yes. Yajitum say ahuchiro, especially say unya juma. Anene de emu odin pa. I don't know yajitum. Now I don't know the kama records say. Let us compare the records. Yeah. Maybe Ebra yi do Mahama as running mate. Ni ekase say President Kufuor ba ye wo hwɛ nneɛma wa ya. Ye ba be compare records for 2008 elections. South in Wakaye. Was it comparing records to know is an exercise of mediocrity. So the fact is OBC 20 hospital, no OBC 23 no doesn't mean say what born home or then nipano. Sadi paya ene wasaba bejina simpie so ese yi ayede. Wo records no saying. E no ana Kofi Owusu Bempah e kan ye no. Sir, ye try say ghost names no enko kra 100% still ankrofo bi hihye mu a
ebi hihye mu a omo discuss
dede omo yɛ adwuma ye credit say you look at enti just imagine say what the government pay so payroll so
na wo yɛ
boso mi bia ye tua oka na fe ya detect hu say wo ye ade ayi wa free mu a automatically wo na wo betiatia mu pa so ho ne tie no yes it's there obia nka say Ghana aye heaven no emu ehye eso so wo hwe aban we modern boa Senya Kufuado MPP aban and the waswa inflation less than 10% no John Mahama ni this year kasa baby anka the number 30 something percent so on that no nti kadwane bo beye dem more ade bia anka utwa 100 cedis in there no e bia anka obeto do be 500 cedis second this for the records are there is there enya be na ye ba be kasa yi hwe o kaya otumfo kasembi what say I can say Anglo Gold Ashanti egu opo bia mana to no $1 no onya woko president woko kopa ne chew eye John Mahama ekopa ne chew se onhwe wonfa na nimra ho wo se wontimi nye eni ade akufo adobaye nyankopon adom wama agrogold sese eye aduma agrogold a egu ye anda Mahama na aduma aduma efo nyina akoko tena fie na omu nya aduane ni omu nim ha wa omu behwe omu ma no enne akufo ado adaroma apa aduma efo ni nyina asa papa ka mi afa bia ka ho awo mu ye adwuma bosome so a ombenya bibi e de ahye ombotom wo kai sa company e fe no wamko ade so bebe gui kura je se na hwe enkoso akufo ado baye awo make sure say wamko besa ye adwuma no within 1 year no more declare dividend of 1.2 billion from the gold ayina no mo ye no so it should tell you say certain things are being put in place boy now we and this is for mo hwe ye can't perform ye hypocrite pa NDC. Do you know why?
I didn't hear.
Sorry, and na Kwame Nkrumah, as if we say Kwame Nkrumah na wo. Meanwhile, mono baby amu free bad, mo nim Kwame Nkrumah actually for you. So on that, now, Kwame Nkrumah factories are obebe ye wo Ghana nyina. Let me tell you this. It is a fact. It's on record. Say Kwame Nkrumah factories osisi ye nyina 47. 47. And I jump on more day kakra ekika ho a ade ebebesi bebi a esi ye no NDC PNDC NDC eton Kwame Nkrumah factories ni nyina ediye true or false it is clear through diverse teacher omutu ntoma nanfofo omutu ntoma omo omutu to ye so omantima anya no hwe and the nyina eguye Ghana near wo Brastar line yanka say wo sheep a ye di je yatuma e wo Ghana Mese PNDC NDC omuton diye nduma hodo nyina factory
omuton ship ni diye
omuton diye na wa hin ship no wa hin omuton di Brastar line omuton hwe state
omuton na Bresbe omuton ni sen
o say
omuton na Bresbe
sika omuton ye de me ni na mese Brastar line wa hin Brastar line e wa hin Ebra Jerry John Lawrence take you over na Brastar line e wo ho na ye adwuma ebra je ekufo be take over na Brastar line eni honum je ekufo ba ye na all the mame mubo eyi enchiro wo hwa won se na ye wo pomade tomato factory ye hu bebi e fa ye asotware sugar factory ye dim bebi e ekọ meat marketing board ye dim bebi e ekọ Kumasi jute factory ye dim bebi a ekọ wo hwa eye ye ka ne sen sanyo Temasanyo na nkasa ye radio ye wo factory e wo tema na ye radio sa akasadoma radio ana sanyo ni nyina na e wo ho ehefa e de wo State Fishing Corporation under NDC ni nyina ekọ Ghana Construction Company e wo hefa Omnibus Services Authority e wo hefa State Transport Corporation ejigu ye kra Ghana Match Factory ahefa na wo near wo factory wo Ghana eye matches and then get go for matches free ayima Gihop akufo adoba ye na Gihop ababejina na so obuku no and the kaka state hotels ana ye wo ni nyina wo muton die aboso grass factory e wo hefa wo moton adi eye tomato can say processing factory na e wo gwanchi e wo hefa for alugu tomato factory e wo hefa Akasaduma radio e wo hefa
Just say,
list no wa pa niema.
UTC, GNTC stores in the guy. NDC, Omutoni Ninaji. And then you turn round to say, a Jumani or Manumu. Safa Tracy Yamabodi na Senke Ye Juma. And then Kefadi part 10. Cra. Just imagine. In Kofa and Komo Juma or Moye.
Hopeson Homeka. Homeka meba.
Meba way in Tato. You can't say, well, the youth of the country, I am no Montias here. Look, me say Obibia, ya wono from 1982. Edeba, Ebebesine. Would name a good year, a course, a Ghana. And then you to be brave, and you're here for because of PNDC and DC. So, Bakaya, 1983. And a PNDC, yes, or more be account 28, our Ghana Commercial Bank. Those days, you 15 note, you 15 note, I know honor. Now, almost one mobile business, it will be a Fadisika Emeto Bank. Now, you bet your back at your interest at your account. I tell you, me say the youth of Ghana more after 82 Ebano. Ask your parents, Argentina or Munisika. Some of your parents were millionaires. Omucho musika ni go bank with expectation say abano ebetua ediamobo. PNDC for chesi kaditi Capre omodia it's a fact. The youth of this country omu nim sa story we. Senkomu nimu a omu parents catch omo an kandisi grano ehun frama enfo omonim. So hu de no. It is a man quiet dia every baby and the ababedru baby. Now President Akufo-Addo odi no hwasi wo. Try and na me no ka say factories baku 105 is established and working. Awu komwa Ghana for Emrantia de Mabawa eye adwuma wo hodom. And you say this person is not working well. 8 years on the factory saying and this for 80 year. 5 years in it, 105 and eye adwuma. Eti dia asem no mo pese oboka. Entimi nkofa obia America say I know we military are 100% you can say central government all other companies are private. Are private. Over 90% of the workforce in this country are private. 80 or no 9 people for say private sector is the engine of growth for our economy. 80 na abino empower individuals say omubeti menya kwan atimaje adwuma abiebie ndwuma. Eti yesi adwen kese kasa ya na adwen keto ade why confused ni senti and industrialization den koso a time will come me say obi adin be yira wo Ghana Akufo-Addo din ana ebereni sabre ya woti akonya su obi abodi din but emre bi beba ebra wo fra akonya so a woti fie adwojo no ho no ana Ghana fo be hu adwuma so a Akufo-Addo den wo ye ma Ghana. Eti these are some of the things we need to do, especially my parents sika PNDC for G or Muchedi ye. Our man tia back. I'm my parents. I'm my parents for your parents are here.
Yes, I want you to share far if actually one.
Oh yeah, if I tell one about bedroom. Eti John Mahama that time ne papa and ne uncles no more and ya dia no more PNDC or muche Ghana for sika di ye no. And now Baba John say Ghana any. In any case, Oba Yajuma say no timidity here. What did they teach? Ever share IMF? Public sector, the Enfadipa. You befa obia, this will be a woo. A tinipa bakua near Emperor di Pabapo. And you tell me, say, near Akufo-Addo ye. Oh, dear, Chese, who ye. Let me Yaku could drop with now say, a Jumani or Manumu, Etina youth no, or Monyabre. What Tinaco 8 years no, 4 years vice president, 4 years president no. Dear, and I'll bet me do say so. I can say, when I'm here, Yenti. What would that? It's the first term of every government. The major policies are manifesto promises. What you mind the first term with that? Akufo-Addo from 1992 up to now. Akufo-Addo pending the first president. Major policies of the year campaign. What you mean? Yeah, 90% of it in the first term. I just say, young can say, I compete. Owusu, echo. And then we can say, yanya first graduates. Our free senior secondary school by Bebrena enter university. Nyankopɔ Akufo-Addo edin hyehyɛ to hɔ a university no ɔno abetima kwaji sika our student loan the tuane education I will we no nya dwuma no ya no tuane kakra and you don't like this mo pese yes aba na yetra sumu na wo ye babani wako shop anopa to adwumre yen so light ma na de ya dwuma no kwa traffic that time you see I can focus and be almost a sitting up every ma refree and I'm what
and okra say ohoto na refi wa ho kire bi ana wo nyasa
sanete e Ghana for mumie nya botre
Hopeson no so me ba asubiem me ba asubiem chimade no mo share me live on YouTube the announcer newspaper on YouTube at the same time Facebook the announcer newspaper on Facebook o call online announcernewsonline.com networks I would drop a bremo share e wo so mame call Ernest Owusu Bempah Ernest amam for secretary share ne proye na na ado aban mu omu disikapa so prosecution bi ankoso na ubetimi asha ase free the one we no now they are no so amati
I'm say before I remember corruption no so my bia no ebe so a ejina economic indicators o mo ya mo say very important na bia ni wa ba 15 taxes kromo anu mo ti anya tax na mo de adwuma 15 taxes different taxes in kwa mako 15 first year in office Minyinan was abolished. First one was special import levy. Special import levy. Say Ukraine made from Manomiaba Akufuado eteso. About VAT on selection of imported medicine. In Robi a very important. I bet my back for medical system. Near the Adiabang eteso on VAT near the Ade. Oba financial services say Sikani Sika AD Ahini. So transfer sika free amanone dia ko baby eno akufuado buy oteso oba real estate say adan ni yi se wudi adan hu dwane real estate is very key developing area in Ghanaian economy eno oba oteso 5% domestic airline ticket na 15% no almost about 25% VAT as I say na that so and they you reduce it to about 10% oba macro and macro enterprise almost NDC time 17.5% and then I'm 3.5%, 3% flat rate. Oba kaya for no almost was on your my kaya for ma ejabi obofo nim or aboya for said you oba be pay BBA na oko import to this kind of a one. It's a lot electricity scheme levy 5% to 2%. And all these things, you know, one of the major fundamentals I crew. So fix a system. These are some of the areas. Unless the say you want to go by this 3 years or 4 years, 5 years down the line, MPP nyama power no. That's how way now. Now let's go to employment, daddy. Employment. MPP by employment rate between 2017 to 2019. They are employ over 2 million full-time equivalent jobs in both public and private sector. Set me daddy. 2 million. 2 million jobs. 2
million.
2 million jobs. Write it down. And I'm going to give you anybody should tell me. It would chroma na so ya babunu. Now moyana yenya jumanye 5-6 years down the line na mahama or not this thing was not there. Go to public sector. Nipa 778,706 and your form because of IMF conditionalities no. Sa nipa we no munya jumanye. Na Mahama diye kwa share sumu wa IMF. Akufuado baye wa fix that problem 778,706 public sector. Formal sector and former private sector no. 267,939 jobs and were created. No, yeah, just now from 2019 they are creating more jobs than this, but I'm giving you from 2017 to 2019. And no government job creation programs, planting for food, other informal sector, no 1 million jobs, 1,336,000 jobs. What do you say? And no year, all the total number 2,555,010 jobs. That is for a public sector and informal sector. Now let's come to other government programs. I did creative jobs. Don't forget, government the initiatives we bring by I did creative jobs. Now look at planting for food and jobs in Ghana, averagely 762,300 average. NAPCO 100,000. I increase you some catch about 200,000. But let's assume say September yano, your baba be recruit into a normal jobs. Over National Identification Authority. Abambia no waba implementation of National Identification Authority and require a whole topic on its own. So fix a country, America ha mote. So we need national identity card. How can you survive? Abambi betena so 8 years went to me and yet and me wallet the ha come the Ghana card bachelor. You do America hania koto adia. Omubu say idea. I use my Ghana national card as a form of ID.
America, how you use Ghana national card?
Yeah. Say to the Abuja Hopeson, and I went to Times Square, and we were just buying I use my Ghana card because it's got 6-digit chip pin. The whole world, anywhere you can use it, anywhere Ghana card you can use it anywhere, and it will be recognized in the system. Where achievement creating jobs, maybe job creation, you know, and on over commercial agriculture project almost 11,000. It's a thing and I make sure say. Almost 2 million full-time equivalents, more than 2 million, but you can say 2,055,000 jobs as at 2017 to 2019. Now, no employment rate in Ukraine is increasing because of government innovations. They buy in terms of development in we remember other areas in Yanko energy sector. That is my area. You buy not a buying way under NDC. Power crisis, energy crisis, you know. So to Chrome na America be developed when you come and Kaniane and Yam Kaniana. Let anybody dare me, may there will be our America has said Ghana there's sumu 4 years. 4 years. Yeah, there's sumu 4 years. And nobody dispute that fact because of power sector mismanagement. One of the key areas they say Ghana buying J. Kufuor ne kofa Jubilee oil field discover oil or discover oil no and J. Kufuor the blueprint to us say in the near future biano I almost sorry almost Owusu Bempah John Mahama the build the Ghana gas J. Kufuor ne that blueprint to us say you build gas infrastructure that is going to be the feedstock for power generation in the next years ahead. What did they make an say? It is going forward, you know. A trouble gas plant, you know, not a plan no was there. NDC for buy na on BCC one. All that they were doing was that they went and signed an agreement with a company from Sinopec. Amount of money I say invest moment invest. Now let me go to the fundamentals. Gas normally produce electricity was now almost 98 million cubic feet of gas under NDC. Increasing it to 365 million cubic feet of gas. That alone, what we call tying principles of FPO, FPSO Kwame Nkrumah, FPSO J. Kufuor. FPSO Kwame Nkrumah, FPO Jubilee oil field, and Sanzule, and you tying, you know, it the and say gas no ye de ban, and no your friend lean gas, ye de call Abuaze, edekoma ye thermal plants no ema omutiminya power edema electricity because akosombo machines no aba form under J. Kufuor ntino. The plan was that we have to use thermal plant to get power. Mahama dwene ho who say these things are infrastructure esen kodi to two place nanka etimima enyoma timi koso no omo anyo. They decided to import emergency power plant a ombetimenye sika wo mu ebi ni car power Ameri craft the free Ghana buy no. Now your boka every month be a Kufuor to buy near $20 million every month for car power. And let anybody come and dare me. So person fix their country. Now infrastructure or which media produce gas. Let mama electricity. Now go import to car power the back. Car power over billions of dollars. Now Busumi be a buying or buy new government our buy as a Joe Biden a buy our back. No buy no. Only one power plant idea baby see on car power no. You $20 million for docking the car power at Takrade. A Kufuor do my ekofa buy and you the gas guma and they 400 megawatts of electricity. 400 megawatts of electricity. You're increasing your gas production from 98 million cubic feet to 365 million cubic feet, you know. And then Nigerian gas for your buy, and the Ghana they cut $280 million. Mahama buying $280 million. You call within 17 weeks. I buy Benwana, Wache Jako, Meneme boss, Dr. Absante, Nana Dodanko Kufuado, Energy Minister. You call you go to Asasikano, Emma Nigeria buying. And they Nigerian gas for to be more because Kufuado Yansen, Wamaya, what we call reverse flow. Reverse flow, they say energy power sector in Nigeria, Western region. A honor eba na yewo your friend is saying Abuazi, your friend say Asogli. Asogli so Jay Kufu na de buy another power emergency power plant is you no thermal planter. Down Nigerian gas for the supply gas. I call so mo katina na power production in the Western Enclave. Temane and some part of electricity in Dundum. Because Kufuado Nyansen or Jini Kokaino, or my reverse flow, the pipelines, alpha from one free takrade, at the quarter, the gas, alpha from at the power, Asogli is giving us almost about 350 megawatts of electricity. And that is one of a year. Obibe Kachem say, yeah, fix your mind. What do we use to fix your mind? If you don't have power generation to do all this infrastructure, and this year time, these were one of the major areas and air cost so applying. And no non-channel, almost sign contract with Equatorial Guinea. You say as the LNG, you know, so another form of gas, idea power generation. Almost time, almost sign for $2.5 billion. I have the receipts here. And we are Kata and Yabano Chroma and Yabasa Broche. We are very enlightened. Tiabano. Nya propaganda near day by no TSM Crophobity radio so cancer. They don't even know what they are talking about. What you now cause sign power generation say are buying America buying multi-chroma sign for $2.5 billion for LNG. Ekufuado buy no answer na buying and penny for Equatorial Guinea. I was part of the delegation. Equatorial Guinea, no, the same contract Mahama signed for $2.5 billion. Almost $1.5 billion for 15 years.
Wow, $1 billion.
The ordinary Ghanaian, $1 billion. And you are telling me, sir, this government is not fixing the country. What is there to say? Energy crisis, I can't watch him and they doom so. It is said, yeah, the almost about 1,700 megawatts and yeah, they power generation. Let anybody come and dare me on that. And we have the facts here. Almost pockets of Edunwadundum. Let me tell you what is happening now. What is happening now is that transformers what Ghana. So who's a Kanye Dunduma and Kakania came no Ghana Katisabruchiro and they are. But because from Kwame Nkrumah Pensu basis as a bra transformers are assess say it is so transformer do I see a Krabias Mikromas and Tiachim for almost about 14 years in changing that. Oh, one blow. Kufuado a taxi ECG, the Ministry of Energy said they should change all these transformers and power lines. And what Chrome said the power generation will be so efficient and good delivery. And no a Baswana NDC for the propaganda and they went to the extent of blowing some of the pipelines a transformer gas to other areas just because they want to make the government unpopular.
Mama 2 minutes. They run away up, Mama 2 minutes. They run away up. But Messa Basam or corruption. I didn't think as same way in our walk. Obiti says some true Nibi or Ghana to say Captain Smart, because who America had to say Kevin Taylor. Omunina to me cassette, Mamma Muna Mubun, a condemn Momo, the corruption and
let me tell you one thing about Captain Smart. He is the most useless, and I'm using that he's the most useless person. I don't know why those in the diaspora and in social media will glorify him. Yeah, no, the reason why many hopes he decided say you better address it, Captain Smart, was the fact that you know social media and be friend because we want that vile propaganda, because if you don't know about propaganda, no. So why you're careful, it take the toll, it can influence certain people, and one vote could matter to us. That is why we decided to address him. Captain Smart has almost about 72 cases in Kumasi, Zongo Police Station, and Central Police Station. 72 cases, and I'm daring him. Obia oko free ni maami nua bi wu oko free Fundaka. Ashanti regional minister Simon Semensa ne kotuaka. Fundaka besi ne. Simon Semensa called the Ashanti regional minister and asked him, if Fundaka kro wentimi anto man ebusu ni maami nua wu wentimi anto Fundaka. And this guy's got credibility. Is it not the same Captain Smart na? Okoye a friend saying Okojina Commander Sugar Factory ka say Commander Sugar Factory one factory keke NDC posi or say adwuma receipt in an aba Ministry of Trade and Industry go crash sugar na ba the receipt na bre yewra lanche maten and they to record so and so ha ye betima show a kire say they went out there to import sugar. Captain Smart wo e the live videos ata no wa Adom FM say Coco yesi na bo omo ye amodi di Coco. It's a riffraff. He's a riffraff. Me sister, a friend Mama Tess. Oko free. You on ho and I'm naked in Japan. They be two. O man if oko free. Common edema kunya. Wetimen to 5,000. Or sign check ma obi kwakutin ne omo had or sign check 5,000 Ghana cedis. Ebe sine check na bounce so me kopie a fiat tenge. Unma fiat tenge. The spokesperson for Ghana Police. He's a useless person. All that he does is that, let me tell you, Captain Smart, on the end say, so nya information be or now say whether it's right or not, I know a big TV so no what churn out propaganda. It woo panic here. No a kohunu actually, no a Triesikamano. Now go back to me, but I hope many hopes to one a penny be free say IGP so that Okoji 20,000 Ghana cedis say obedi the IGP attempt keke because IGP nya no kwakuti busa nza dey na yes I say agenda keke no set just to tell people say na me madẹ no adentina mumusa say many hopes ye ka che no na ne fie for 2 weeks oye Bempah on na ne fie ye de ye man say Owusu Bempah o ba ye be che
nya wo enti ye hwe
I say na me say ye man say Owusu Bempah ba ye be che ne sakoko ba me ka kire no TV so wanti be nyina no on na ne fie or two no waja ono ko adentina oye Bempah Captain Smart oye Bempah pa on face here it ono de fanasem to nchen that riffraff na oti America ha e friend no Kevin Taylor no eya na medi mu amu America ho ha se hu yaw se bio eno ayehia many hopes hia papa bi so onim ba bi a abrantie no kwa sorry and I'm say Bempah but or tarnish the image of those people living in the diaspora. And let me tell you, yeah, journalism. I've done journalism. I've worked with BBC African Service. What I say, I have done journalism and I know journalism very well. This is not journalism. He is being paid. I'm the first person I'm there, Kevin Taylor. So you Bempah pa o me kanche msenya mama ne ehwe no. Sika ne yedima okoro de bre no. The studio na equipment na egu on baby o hye wo West Virginia o minimum apartment o mu nyina minim. I know the apartment that he's in. I've got eyes on him every day, but America and won't be from ranch on some enkoro obi fie say or she basement to your program no ura o say o ko no. O ti ase. Na nka media me America hanom na nka me nim the laws of this country. Akaka bin say I can smoke no out. Can smoke him out within a short time. It almost or irrelevant. So a Bempah. Omra Ghana no metwa yam piano ti radio so or ye Bempah pass was all boss. Onfa plane na Kevin Taylor onfa camera and scene so said oye na no or through JFK and now through Dallas International Airport. Now ba bedru Ghana no the camera ton so said opanyini uye bi na wa ba bedru Ghana o se me wakotoka International Airport make Kevin Taylor me ma bedru Ghana and no dey be tell say me bo me sema ma no na I will salute him. So ye Bempah omra yeah, man, ye jina Ghana, ye jina kono. NDC was power busa Hopeson Adorye. Meneno, we were in the Let My Vote Count Alliance. Youth for a team move over 2.5 million youth on the street. And now make a choice of fixing the country movement. Or we are useless because you know why? Yeah, agitation. Agitation, no, yeah, small agitation. Yeah, need the first youth busano AFAC, Alliance for Accountable Governance. Ye move nipa ba street so and ye be Let My Vote Count apart from Kumi Preku demonstration a Kufuado moye never in the history of Ghana politics and a youth etima ba the streets of Ghana Let My Vote Count Alliance. Ye first rally ye koye no Adorye constituency ho Hopeson Adorye ko to bomb ho menso me to bomb busa no because a bomb anye bomb say
nya de o ko tre wadwene
And that time, no, Osha Domekwa Benya School Park, Mabunu name Nantia, Yakotua by Kufuado, Yachinchim in 2012. Now, she Mabunu Ejinawa. Yani a friend say, Mema, your balls. And you know, agitation was intellectual agitation. Yes, I'm sorry, I also fix the country, but you don't have the facts. You are not saying anything. There's nothing to buttress what you're saying. But Chema to be here, there's nothing to buttress your point.
All right, no more tea, no kakra. Ernest, no more tea. No, my memory Hopeson. So Hopeson so far, what kakra? Na assembly so hopas you be busao, but asem no I pesi e busao no. Ye pesa ka we no kakra de also tefa ho na. Yet say also for si Bempah eche no so police for no kwan amode no fa so wani nye ho na wo. Obetima ka ho asem biem.
Me ba no hopa. Me fa kakra ntoa.
Ernest, yeah.
You open say wadika aka. Yahwe economic indicators. No other baby yadi. One we say Chrome has the whole world. Or more ehwe presidents are or mutimi manage COVID-19 year pa. Who say no Akufo-Addo ne rating number 1. Ebro ko Germany anasa you know ebepie. Just say the whole world. Omo mo so mo sika omo na che ye nrodu bi ni ade but when it comes say emfa adwenkese entoto nuama manage nuama yi a Akufo-Addo is number 1 now. But 3-4 months ago na the first 3 no of ho say there omo amano aba begina outstanding. They said the whole world president of abon homodin pa I see with Germany ejo obi ana de to edwa said the greatest scientist our chancellor Angela Merkel or no at the PNA no at the Tuja. Nakana for if you are not proud of your president like this, and if I be now pay. So I don't know okay. Economic indicators. NDC all the time. When we grow economy now 3%. 2001, a bra or more Rollins handed over. Now the economic growth was 3.7%. Fact. You can Google it and find out. It's a fact. So now, 2000 and was it 2009? Yeah, handed over Ediama NDC. No, the growth was 8.4%. Fact is there. 2017 NDC handed over Ediama Akufo-Addo. No, now 3.4. Many will say, yeah, gradually. Akufo-Addo we 2 times. And you hand over the Amaba Umiano. Now, 9 point something or 10 point something. But it is a fact under NDC. By the end of 2016, inflation under NDC was 15.4%. It took a quarter de Udum. Kwayan Kessi say, Efaso, Ekosrono. NDC time, no, now a cut by 15%. It finds out to be 1,000. 15% of that 1,000 is you can say 15 cities. Now Odiaba Bekang. Now according to Musa. And then many who can say under MPP. And that many who can say 7.5. 7.5. Eti what do you mean can't me say 15.4%, you know, and yeah, I say 7%, you know. Zone yet, you know. Interest rate under NDC as at 2016. Now a 32% under John Mahama. Wako Bank, Akoko Bobusia, in Sihuan DC Hunu was 32%. Eti Wako 1,000 cities, near the 320 at the account at the amount. Menu say under a ye, you can say Akufo-Addo, a 21%. Eti Osha 32% and 21%. Now catch them say 32%, you know, better. It's up to you. So you know, we share the growth averagely. NDC from 1992, you know, average, you know, they grow around 3.4%. And I will share from 2009, I can say 2001, averagely, under MPP Kufo and the Akufo-Addo, no, you grow 7%, which is far better than NDC. And the facts are facts. Now, you share debt management. Ayana NDC and the Akufo-Addo by what Bob was share. Yeah, the percentages na yaduma. Anamewa. Ebra
Hello.
Eba be free akonyaso no. Yet the word quadruple. You see the size of the economy has quadrupled. Emma mekai so mo call G20 meeting bi. J Ekufuor said George Bush asked say, how did you do it? I just said, would take a year what quadruple the size of the economy of the country. J Ekufuor by the size of the economy was 4 billion as at that time. What the 8 years now moving from 4 billion to 16 billion. Now the debt at J Ekufuor ABT was 5 billion. War free now moving to 9 billion and 100% of the debt of Abatoye. Now, Atamer's taking over before the end of Atamer's, now moving from 9 billion to 35 billion, which is 269% of a year of Abatoye. Now, from 2012, ABC 2016, now moving from 35 billion to 122 billion, which is 243%. Nana Akufo-Addo FIA from 2017, as at the time of 2020, now moving to 220 billion. Emma 137%. Look at the figures here. The bisa me say, why anaje bosiampa? So what kaya a bread mensa a presented budget. Minority leader say ubetimide ye total desktop kunyade atuga was okay with the train the beba. I'm saying the 2 weeks time or so. And the finance minister buy afforded to 200 percentage to one to say what is all maka a debt a ye our parliament view. Omunka Samija Fimu and the bay ye propaganda. One no yeah body and then in a tramp removability. Me assure so what program no. What would the ye propaganda?
Samija Visa about America.
One day, shadow vice president. Ana Muntaka, Yadu Munyan by, and this is and the buy. So, it is a fact. And a fact. 2012, the growth under NDC was 2.5%. 2013, 1.8%. 2014, 2.9%. 2015, 3.9%. 2016, 3.5%. Uka when you now strike average is 3.5%. Now, under Akufo-Addo, 2017, 8.1. 2018, 6.3. 2019, 6.5. 2020, almighty coronavirus by negative, 0.9%. And 2021, as at first quarter, now moving to 4.6%. Says here, we are running around 7% growth. And the Ukani Nabom now strike average 7%. So it means he said MPP have the knowledge to manage the economy far better than NDC. Now back to Owusu Bempah issue. Bna Mensa or so. Ebra Owusu Bempah Kasano. Was it they are creating 2 million jobs. And Ninia Etifia 1 year Duma.
Very good.
And for 30 million, over 30 million. Over 30 million. It is a creating 2 million. Now, sister, I don't know interest. Let your sister continue to apply. Anna, my main first have to do is to you to know Muti or Mupedumano. I just oh sorry, I know what your application they got to baby. What application got to Senate? Not Senate for any recruitment. What application that one no more to actually baby because they are not calling for applications. So on but I said yet I can yet to talk graphic times near the day. Near say a he fan the air fan grofo. What was a year recruiting grofo? Fabrication go. What the mobina oh
for the first time.
Yeah.
For the first time, why year? Youth Employment Agency, Kudia. They have created a job center with a digital system. I'll call internet swap. You can check.
Wow.
All the sector agencies, but Umiama digitizing it to the extent say, oh, now click here. You can see the jobs. It's a America now, Burkina, looking for jobs. They have done it and they've linked it to the National Youth Authority. You can continue from there.
Great. Many workers say bibia edida na kwan mu. Back to Owusu Bempah ne issue. Yeah, so ne say Sabio yen support any form of lawlessness. Say obi ye bibi na se fi say wanye ni ya wanye ni ye. So on yete no. Na ye nyina ye dim say yes verbal ye fight ya on social media. Ana obi de obi. In actual fact ye nyina yaka me catch Reverend Owusu Bempah say na nkan se wo kɔ kra any ade. Etu ho no kɔ ye ne de. Ono ana akɔfrɛ ayi e de amano. But say police for mwache na sofo nketu obi. Ana onu adi a kire se wo akɔhwɛ bebi a na sofo ne da. Go through ho no mo say on trust statement. Etu anu po de no ofi say ebia ye witness statement. Etu anu trust say oh ya sorry ni ohu ye ni say mu wie ya mo se ache no. Mwache ne so aye den. Mo si o a police for no ba ho no nkrofo bi de omo nsa ka omo nti no. Omo fi say ono sofo no na ma kwan say omo mo no. Na woni mwako mu ye CID for in a plain clothes. How would the people know say mu ya police for? Na ni omo ye no me na me ni hobi. But ni omo ka kire me say omo hu say nkofo bi apeke omo sofo keto abako di na hyeka mu atu. Ana he omo di mu nkofo kro. Enti nkofo tu edi akire. Enti omo kokko share efie bi mu. Na sa afie no opposite nso no ya say ye sporter amanfo tena ho no mo agi omo ni Sunday ba. Enti omo tru ho no mo ya na obi ka say oh omo di obi awura sa afie we mu omo hu say omo atwe obi afiri ase ana omo kɔ ho no. Enti ene wonim say ofoso ampo fada Roma yen kidnap nkrofo ni ade na manfo fi say omo fi say kidnappers
kidnapping ni bia
enti omo tru ho brad mun ka say ya police for ye card ni nanka omo anye sa ende kokko ba ye me support to say obodo omo saka police for so on yet no because when you are on official duty as I say obi atibede ne saka ene ade
so represent your mind na we
hear represent your mind ati me no say we ye bindua kra na say wo do nsa kokko kan official say wo ye na duma ni ade a I will not support it so mo de na ko Sundays was say ya wonidi obekọ asori apon akọkọduru fie and so didi na mo de no two mu no at a point na fe I say ya no mo ayeye ayi kra no se wa nidi kakra na ye ya o se komode wa na afi ho wo so kakra enti wo ye se baby aduru no na nke se omode no ko hospital ana omode no ko ye so for ye nyina ye nimu no wo ye public ye ka de say known person na fe ye ba be treat ni say criminal bita no in fact na e ya rehosem ade ni see Sunday media ma anya kwan ko ni edi ho eti Monday anajo be yes 10 o'clock ado Owusu frame me say look ya ba be drum kan dia asese e rush ko police station honum ade e call cantonment police station ye duro nom so om de no ko police hospital eti e duro honum first nurse ye shia no anaja me introduce me Hopeson Adorye me ni menua Owusu Bempah ye ba be hwe sofo that girl you cook pie that's it
some be hwe ne keke no
wo ma ye kwan kra adam say what do you mean yaba okay wo de wushipunu ni say ye gina ha ya na ye ncha de keke no hu se yaba ha say ni ensanko o se wonye lucky ana superior officer bi bai ana me introduce me one was oh I know you nti one man was here yeah mamu 5 minutes money 5 minutes no so just say get na dwakra say the superior na ma ye kwan ana ja ye ko ye be say Owusu ka kire Reverend Bempah oh omo my 5 minutes into no say say atwa be 4 ye pese e pia ansata na so na guy na ba biom o kasa ni ade media na me cool down and say ye bi no ye bufu so all dey no na me cool down and say oh wonya potre oh ye say afa police officers biti ya tese omo kokwa pai kra omo muja Bempah musia say ye be bomutuo ni ade adam say na wo ni ba o de omo kasa no
yeah
me beti ma ba ho unti me nya hwe but you see me a government official what kan ye no sabe me nne ne jimi samwachi enko ema ene ayibia
asembia nkosi
me gina ho no mo ana me Fred Director General of ye kan say police administration COP tete yo no ana me ka cha in fact ne bufu ye pa ana so de ye control ye ho abase no some provoke one hwe ana akwa kofa sem foforo aba any ade ana me so okay ana ja ye ya ana ye free okoye omo attitude Chese yaba beke papa nunkuanti. Omuko ya no mukoko yi drip no free papa no so. Ado musa hanko phone no.
Nti muhu se omo yi drip na free ne so nyina. Muhu yi. Ana no de manhu.
Dabi se ye free hono no e kan say na kola no free say omo ba be yi drip na omo de no ko back to cells. Obi a eye doctor ana admit no. Doctor no nka say ma discharge no. Eti police ni no wo tumi a wo de kwakọ yi drip na sande na cells no eye den. So wo kokọ ka de bebra wo wa ban mu. Amam prevent say abuse of power. Eti na some of us no ya slow down kakra. Na some police for no attitude no there na bad. Me de kan say mpanifo akasa say wo get time and come. Ese so mo parody omo. Na ye mo kire de nti a omo yes ade no.
That's omo investigate issue no yes sir.
I'm telling you it's unprofessional. It's unprofessional. You don't have that. Anna yamfana nko private hospital. Police hospital. A doctor for ne nurse for ne ho ni na 97% police personnel. Civilian nurses ni kitwa bi. Enti doctor di na ono ye police officer. Enye just police officer go. Ebi ye ka dey say ACP, DCOP.
Doctors na wo no so be ya police for.
A police for me say 97% police for. 97% police for. Especially doctors in Ankasa there. Nurses no na ya no mo civilians na kakra. So we net no. Enti na nwanwa say omo be yes ade no. In all you know, you say rule of law must work. And in the lawyer, echo further because of can say circuit court. It is all percent who question the decision. And so called a high court.
Yes, so yeah.
What high court on the coco PDF on health grounds and near Kaika. No, he said Nipa near public figure. I just say what properties near a day. I bet me a huno ne Bibiano. Just say Omutiasie. Emma even Omusa grantee bill Emma the 4 others on the junior pastors in Emma Omukofi. People were saying say na MPP party na mama kwai na papa look president is
MPP for ma betray Owusu Bempah.
Enya no pressure betray no. You see president is one person. Mistake John Mahama be ya Ghana for the beche no. Akufo-Addo yes I mistake na yem fanche no. Saudi mu dia. Because obunim say Akufo-Addo na dream do say John Mahama. Obunim say when it comes to legal issues Akufo-Addo ewo Mahama nim bebre. Eba empenitie mu ni ne kai ka ho a ogwani mu. Enti ne Mahama be ya Ghana for na da mu ntie amanfo kan duduo nyina Mahama wan grant o mabia go yo man free prison. Enka that day na ye de Owusu Bempah tu mu na no. Enka president betima fra GPA release him. Eso so wanye. Wodim de etia wanye. You cannot want me and support lawlessness. Because what is a sorry for no be able police for no. The law must take its course. Yes, the bill no interest Owusu Bempah free. What you say? What na me ya no man de obekọ court. Omu court na court ka se da bi sasem we wudi for say ni say na sesa wo ya. So be it. Court ka say oh da bi sasem we de hwa onye body bia kofia. So be it. So on no. But one ka say nim how Sunday assembly see MPP penifo ehuri dina chire ene na eka keka ho lawyer odi na asem amano eye MPP lawyer MPP ni bia nya asem a wono ne the certified lawyer party no ehwese wonya hu bibia ka bia beba mu bia no party no e de betu ama lawyer no individual na ye bo
first of all mini Ibrahim Amanya case nye gari ni makuna na ye lawyer.
That's right.
So also for Owusu Bempah going up and down near the behind the scenes and you're my course no everybody knows that's a NDC for person we use as a mischief point. Ode okasa we are na me maba. Na me so explaining what actually is happening behind the scenes on record ubohun say enye sa na tie. Enye sa na tie unless Hopeson what we are then I can
Hopeson because me tie land ma me be said you person land bia because ye.
That's right. Eti said the million kan no eye ade a MPP for ye gina kire na me de ma be ye mu shebe ene members na no mu fi say ya betray omo. In fact ene I had a call from Denmark. Me sure say ebia nipa no etie ye program we gra anu okase na esi ye no in fact omunyi na di ya opa ne ade eti metre ensem ba ko mienu mo no so oh and esanse mu esem kana manfo eyeden eti ase there is no way you be betray any party member yes or yesofo eso no wono wadikra ma wiase nyina hu se wono de wode MPP na eyeden eko wadikra bo bia hu se wode MPP na eko eti there is no way say you be eyeden you be betray no aden ekofo ado win a presidency won so call na sorry dem kra kokoda ase na sorry dem ekokoda ase o ye bibi na se ohia na dwenkyira ofre no bibi asisa sofo ye ni na eka ho ofre won national cathedral president ye se wo si ni ade nyina no otom sa fred bi so won ye no ene ye wo America wo Washington America for some wo national cathedral
national cathedral
George Bush senior ewu ya omusie no look at the orderly service omoye
na John McCain nyina the same thing
yeah nya baby try kama me do padra ebra former president Efrimu the late president Mers Ofrimu me kai that was ebra ye call ho me can say president Kufuor team at that time ye call ye in fact ye drew hodomo no me ye sure pa on can't me but me ye sure me feel wo mu say ye that day no na ebia saadwene ne ye den eba ne team say say ye see national cathedral no ye ko obi agina bonten former president Lawrence drew ho na wo hwe se ne anuama ye je Ekufo drew ho na say bibia ye basa because that house na dey down no ebusa eti obi antimi nkonkotena inside and obi egu abonten na se ye wo national praise bisa Ghana ni bia esu se ye president Efrim o pese oba bia I mean ebeboa aside that sa cathedral na angasa no ebesa ama Ghana hwe ayaye estimator or solicit sika from individuals and groups na what you see we abansi kanka ho ni abanye ya ne se wo be provide asase for that so eti hwe se ebia AU conference say ye was a cathedral na ye betima kasa Ghana be hostu na Ghana hostu do you know the amount AU ebetua e de ama Ghana to host
so betima kra boa ma bibi tourism na de keke ka ho ne income
say what Ghana nyina be ma obia be sika omo mutu tonduane omo yesei taxi for ne ne kaka ho Uber for e de ne kaka ho nyina ebetima ba eti oman say one plan how do you develop America among of say America de no aniu those days you know over 200 years na yes say na nanomo edi omofa ye kan say Elvina Castle Cape Coast Castle no Osu Castle edi omo ba ha ye brim omo na ye tu bi gupu mu na adwuma omo bebe ye wa ha sei na say anyigitu ani hwe Brooklyn Bridge 18 something and omo see bridge na me boa ye na nanomo ahode and omo see sa bridge no so hu ne tie no ya bege nkoa a develop America America ba be yese ne eti enei enro obi ni na hodom say ana grazi gwa that is friend enro ye koy na sakra e wo Manhattan so
me hwe
me baba fo hu bona egugu Manhattan
hono sukra bola gu why ade
papa egugu Manhattan me mo bia ehwe so ne che no the system ni say wo bo ade beche no me say bra na adwo e bo be say 11 12 near what Times Square what efia na ewo hono ando pay adomo can say wo waste management companies you know ebeko no makwa kopra ho ne kaika eye nipa su ye de ne say Ghana say ya bomodin ye the company ama obi say mo na mo nsiesie promu mayen boso me so na abantuaka eso so bisa ho say adenti na still na no ye ntimi ema up to expectation na ya bisa ye ho say na yeso ye behave make at a point over 37 stretch na near the that's been sisi kwan no hunyina eso so nipa gina ho no oja paper ni ade to form obia prapra ni fie wasese wura wo hwe begum hwe nifa no wato agu gata no mu no akwa ko fie inso to na se efrade pe yesi Akufo-Addo Akufo-Addo na di wura no begu gata no mu
America kra se inso to efrade wa uko Germany so efrade bia
Ghana for mumma ye ninje muti ya no obi efre Ghana se fuom na manfo bo mu sem adwene no na edu ho anase de wo maame no wo papa wo nana wo nuanom wo mampo egu Ghana no be describe Ghana self fuom na wo ti America na wo bo nsam that difference ye wa hey ye ka America fo a ebia by paper no wo ya America ni na ye hwe honam no ye hwe body no ni ye hwe wani mu a wo ya America ni
David
eti wase de esi sa wo bo wase etra me so big me free voter region me papa free achiavi me ba me free kubiaji wo kasa tia me tribe me no be Owusu Bempah nim eti there is no way a Owusu Bempah be bie na no akasa tia me tribe sada me so me kasa tia obi tribe so we net no me get proud me get proud ewe eti say we get proud Ghanaian na what you know now shey
no almost said di atem ka ho di mpanifo atem mu nyina amanfo di matem obi di matem sa ya na merawo
me Owusu me di manusi no aba hwe wo ye Ghana ni na what ya na se want me anka se me ba quantum nyansa ne adwene we ya bebenya ye no ye fan shape Ghana ema Ghana enko nanimu a I mean eno obi ti ho ana insecurity enti okwa na ne tuohye no obo anso so etu wohwe dipa na no ne nanim ode ka sa otum se to tradition nsem a wo hu se ne ye Trump has say America has say every day look at the number of people and police American police say New York police ekum womo in the day just say and just say the pana kwa bokro no ebia wagina say wasi da bi nyene e gaga hey watwi ni to ano de ku mu pay no waku yatam akwakoto mo kire ye kwakoto wadwene any ade and you are happy. There was a time me pa me ka 2015 anagbo ha me be di be 6 months wa say na me ko adwuma e wo brokerage me fa train from Bronx na me change wo side bisa me say train ni tina yo bu bie do ye sie besi ape ye hu so bie di America obi atwitu anka oba be spray nkrofo like ye ne say guy bia no ogina hode ne na body samatuo no efiri ni nsam ye laka ye na no
ya tese mo nye body bia nipa ne be kuma firi
obi anya body bia o me sit that day kadipa be gu wo no immediately omu free police na police buy na tese omu se bia this country upia bonten na se wo ma medru fia na wo sunu kujam and you are proud say I had there na wo kro di there obu na bonfia I will never do that. Me send ye tie bia me Ghana na be free. Me my adwene say me ntra brochire. Me ntra brochire anka me tra Germany, ka me nko fie. What you say? Ka me wo papers anka me ti Germany, ka me nko fie. But me say me wo bibi ya, ese say me ye e de boa me my Ghana. Eti e be sre abrochire for no. San samwa amanfo kan. Look, 1992 ni ade. Nyama sisi wa Ghana na nya ade keto. But that time na social media we. Na social media ni ho. Social media be active Ghana from 2009 ever. And you start here. Facebook kra live kra no. Time be start here. And 2012 here be. And just say start say yes anoma no. Eti those days you know. And the Mahama nanka social media active to say na. Eka and esanka dipa bebre be fe. So but ni nyina no de amanfo ka negative no. It is strengthening the government ye put Myanmar in place. All we want to say is Ghana for who said, Womanya or Mampeni Papa Bia, Woyayi, and a corrupt to look, and this is the 8 years. Who saw the MPP ni back of to
president. Yada was a corruption near Bebaso prepare. Ernest, now war issues be can't ever and some no yet you.
Well, the comes a miniana canning, but the kind of say. Sebi omo sorry omo tia brochira omo ti social media omo to ayam pian bebre ono ma omo fu say ti Ghana na yentra brochira daw me ba London me di 17 years I lived in West Croydon, I've lived in Tottenham, I've lived in England, I've lived in Germany, I've lived in Canada, Ontario. Me papa was a citizen, a Canadian citizen. Ubi oni me papa bia me jina social media so na ka me Canadian nationality. And me and Medina also me Canadian nationality. It is out to krum na se o say oh no ni abrochire che hwan na ni abrochire Ghana Airways na me de ba abrochire me de Ghana Airways na ba abrochire. Yes, MD Ghana Airways o di ase that time no 1997 and I'm about London Oti de make na say enti sa oti ho no ma me nuanu bebre abusuafo bebre titi abrochire me abusuafo bebre enti wo no so bi te say Twini Jonas omo bi say politics na ma obi ye you just a riffraff who na say about abrochire maya juma McDonald's maya juma TGI Friday maya juma car wash maya this was during the time when I'm a student or Ghana Institute of Journalism. I used to come and work in London. Obiani Standobi, our presidential staffer, he was my classmate. They know, say me, I have been on the trenches as a young man. Oti de mekanas. Enti, Daddy Fred, say, Obe Kana, say, mu make it demonizing our country as if our country is. Listen, America democracy, ASA, over 240 years, and America democracy started here. Now, Ghana, you started in 1992 Republican Constitution. I did 25 years. Now, compare the massive development across Ghana. Never compare, say Ghana, you did 200 years, sir. Looking at massive strides, sir, a way within 4 years. Why? Now they compare, and you're my Koswa. It is too much.
Also, take free education from the American perspective.
Maybe so. Make about, say, we show my way. Now we share you anumbi. Said the Omusi can say, or mine Bibi in Kosu Ghana. Now say Bibi America free education. Roosevelt in by 1909. What you say? And or started say or best signing into law free education in some part of America. Show 1909. ABC Sesebra. Senka wan pass that law na America democracy nei amanfo aye so enlighten that o matima develop man na America be superpower in the world no enye leader bi na dwene hwe kan say he needs to educate the mindset of the people to understand the future, and therefore no nei America people have access to education, and now they have developed their country. Now o leader bi no about say obe educated the youth na youth no almost all the youth no betimanya here. Ofo say o man no yem fix it. What will happen to Ghana if the next 20, 15, 30 years, 50 years are? You know how the country will be, just like what Roosevelt did to American people. Etiminia say ye ka asem no a mayen kanu I say ye demonize it. Na minia ade ba ko so am Hopeson me pese meka. Very important say who leader be or America, who leader be or Ghana. No abegina American soil. No, I'm making one declaration. Say, your friend is saying, "Mo amuti diaspora ha no mo Africans in the year of return. Mo ina mumra Africa. Munteni yo mo amuti social media mo ye dede no. Who skacha Beyonce ne mami? Who skacha Beyonce mami? Out here, they came to Ghana, Beyonce mami, and they were taught that was East Legon. What did they make a journal? Rick Ross, one of the American rapper. Steve Harvey. I met Steve Harvey in Ghana. Steve was Hopeson. We met Steve Harvey, one of the most popular entertainers in America. Steve Harvey said Ghana. They say Ghana any home. Ghana any home. What you say? Name the celebrities of Hollywood. America. Conan O'Brien. Conan O'Brien was in Ghana.
Wow.
Selling Ghana to the whole world. I was so overwhelmed. The year of return alone, it gave Ghana economy $1.2 billion. Year of return 2009, year COVID-19. Now the chroma say, and I chroma your phone. Who Twini Jonas and one or titi. Yes, will be the scared to say one mutiti. Social media na mo cancel. Who was catching? Who was catching recross? Every crowd will be mantra. Recross only Beyonce no mame, they still Ghana as a home. Almost say Ghana's democracy is a shining example for the whole Africa. Number 2, law and order. Ewo Ghana. Minyami na make count. Who person churches anglophone before member Ghana. Omonya research. Omonya research. Who ya research all these people are making bra. So the only one. And yamimpo na meka. It happened. Omopa upo Google. You will see all these examples there. Omoba be spendi ska. Ebinuma bie. companies ebinum ebetena Ghana atoto mansions wo aburi okwa aburi hell no so a lot of them are building mansions in Kumasi and other places. The high COVID-19 Kenya COVID-19 e ba ya anka migidi se Beyonce maame kra nkote Ghana anka a friend is saying Akwa we Steve Harvey, my favorite Steve Harvey ankote Ghana etuti kroma. He's a multi-millionaire. Steve Harvey is a multi-millionaire. What you say now? To kroma na okeka say na Ghana ye fuom na wan and mami chewa de binia. The whole Africa, first time in the history of this country, ya abambiasi interchange, interchange in modern history in Africa, not in Egypt, not in South Africa, not in anywhere. Modern history interchange, Pokwasi interchange is the biggest interchange in the whole of Africa. Let anybody come and dare me. Pokwasi interchange to aso mako 4. The whole Africa, 21st century, obianwa South Africa for the CB in the 1990s, to aso 4. But ye come modern interchange in the history of African is Ghana. Now, let's look at ourselves. Say, Jomama buy or baby see circle interchange. Only amount of money or this is circle interchange. $265 million. And or this is circle interchange. Alone, Osha circle interchange, our friend of Dubai, Daddy Fred. Dubai a year Osha. Amount of money. Jomama DC circle interchange. Ekufuado de $289 million. AC 4 interchanges, including one of the biggest interchanges in Africa. And you are telling me that this man is not fixing a country. Infrastructure, Kwame Nkrumah ain't been to Ekufuado when it comes to infrastructure. First time in the first history, you buy na Ghana, your road deficit, a buying way by buying. Now road I say a protect your pansam 77%. And yet NDC Green Book no me akushemu say Green Book no me akushemu so ma fix Ghana roads and then Amwakwanta and the Kufuado has fixed almost 77% in one. Now you have terrible roads, you know. You are fixing almost 33% of the roads. Metima Bobachira, when you mrenia, Kamabu Bo roads in natural. First 4 years, Abano Pompey 36 million Ghana cedis into the road sector. And the road deficit, and the number 42%. So we are, Ubo say, and Yoma Air Cost and the interchanges within first time in the history of Ghana by about 4 years. What my building 4 key interchanges in Accra and Kumasi. What you say? Etiminia, so Ubusa, only Accra and Tamale, sorry. Ubusa, now Ubusa was say, Nasanyo my way in a cost.
Kanyana, what you know. Abam Kasenti. Wachi Mpumano
Sanyo way in Ghana when it comes to road infrastructure. And I know President
very clear now.
President Kopie
very clear now. Very clear.
So body and in Kotem Warum. A quite be a dawa Domama Bekache say almost 36 years or Hinenu or say 36 years. So quite we are dawa Nanawa Babaya quite we are. Oba be share about 2016 say you to abama wa be o si ade your ode ade na ya adwuma amane ene meka asisudua ewo o program isu say before MPP 2023 na Accra Kumasi road a dual carriage, and I'm telling you Accra Kumasi road is going to be dualized. Tema motorway is going to be 4 lanes.
4 lanes?
Almost with 3 interchanges to Apenkwa. These things on MPP Abano and yes, Ojana Numu or Kasao. We want to open up the Ghanaian industrialization.
With 5 interchanges. 5.
With 5 interchanges, yes. Yeah. 5 interchanges. That is Fred. And your man Koso under a Kufuado.
Yes, Ketashi so yes, Ketashi Koso.
Ketashi no way, and yet be Mobiadin. I said,
Mahama Kase Ghana for 120 MPP 2024. Ketashi Proyena.
What was that? Makachiro say, John Mahama as a person, What do you say? He has no vision and he doesn't know where he's going. I say, since Obetina Bemu, Ababi anyone of Magana, a man no simu, or de Ketashani dream, I am a policy planner who do so a change on Mahama. Opa from Kwame Nkrumah, Ebesi Buzia, Ediba all military leaders, Ebesi Ene. Ababi anyone of my dream, DNA Ketashe. What him say, I'm telling you, say, President Biani one of my WAPIA international stage, Wakodi, Sikauja, Ama, a whole Samatima Pia, Nidia Teno, we are seeing answer Wakodi Chrono, Amana Pio, American Law Court, a pure British Crown Court, say Airbus, who were doing that. I'm a one Samaba. What I say, all sectors, President Biani Abagana politics more. Burkina Faso, your friend is a contractor, BTP Piebeka say, Mama bribe, Mama Ford say, Fufusu solar road, because unim company, circle interchange, unim company crop. Daddy Fred, unim company crop,
David company crop.
You're from Queiroz Gavayo, Ubi or internet to Biano, Emia Queiroz Gavayo. Brazilian Petrobras scandal. I see Brazil. I am my impeached Brazil president. Queiroz Gavayo company no corruption. Now, when they went to the New York High Court, Omudi Asemno, official of Queiroz Gavayo, not some kind of court, Miko too. Or see, they pay juicy bribes for officials in Africa, government officials in Africa, to get juicy contracts so that they can pay kickbacks to leaders. Queiroz Gavayo and Domamade a circle interchange, Utia, Omutia $268 million for only circle interchange. About one was a Kufu Dubai or the $289 million. At me, I 4 interchanges, one Bakoya, one of the best in Africa.
No patch, saying,
and I made you say, Queiroz Gavayo is being cited by New York Times. New York Times, the Wachiraya, New York Times said they are one of the most corrupt organization, corrupt company in the world. Omo no kofa omo. Oma award of contract no na ye sole sourcing. Ebin see that say Daddy Fred, me na me president. Me the circle interchange contract no me the amount Daddy Fred. There's no competitive bidding whatsoever. MPP buy a value for money. Focus interchange, yeah, they ma competitive bidding. Uko tema interchange, yeah, they ma competitive bidding. Obeche Bilamte circle, competitive bidding. And now Tamale interchange, competitive bidding. And unti any etiminya value for money. $289 million compared to Mahama one interchange, yeah, $268 million. Etiminya.
So Kasano Mamma etie for be sima mienu bi
Barack Obama can say or say leadership and with vision knows where they are taking their country to. And if you're a leader and you don't have intellectual vision, a vision that will drive along your people to where you want to take your country to, a vision that will change the aspirations of the ordinary people that you are being put out there to govern. Leadership just about propaganda, lies. We know what is happening around us. This leadership is fixing problems. The mess that was caused by our great forefathers who came in the history book of Kwame Nkrumah. Corruption,
yes, corruption.
Corruption, no, and mama example, no mama typical example.
Corruption,
corruption, I buy be anyone must say make him cast corruption. But who do I buy we no? Obi bet me met my there will be say any minister. Bet mama one example. Any minister. Minister for roads and highways. Only the only minister, Otu Kwamba Bruchira, Hotel or Bedano. Sika de money in ano asanse signing in ano de ababre aban. What I say? Only minister, all babe we in the government, you know, the Land Cruiser, the man who names MPP, or handing over my aban. Me Owusu Bempah meti me head of corporate communication for Ghana Gas. Apart from a salary, me nya ban car, tiedi pa, me nya ban car da. Me na ban fie da. Me petrol, me ana me toma de. What did I make an say? my office in Konyo go nyina me ana matomade. And you are telling me say you can compare that to other young people are NDC abem we appoint to omo one minister yetiminya 20 hopes inside na koda okuja to black one ka mu a omkochi no obonsuo ho asem bae
250 million na nipa na fire na enkaye tutu gu ho.
Etimi nu ka say corruption and then Dr. Tabi Odem Dr. Tabi Adam Dr. Tabi Odem oti ase dem azibiti nom edidem ubusa say under NDC MPP aban NDC ba power omuka corruption one yetimi de na tumda
under MPP boni dem ma me mbobodi ni bi ma
boni edem
boni dem
give you the list because there were other different me person me
Alaji Salif Mahama enso to dem ana Nana Owusu enso so edem George Derek Opon ono so dem ana Stephen Opunine Sedu Gongo de say nyina yenim ne ekoso
the Mahama so say dey na come attorney general as say no ye dey petition call for airbus intino indemnity clause no nti wa hwe ya ono so bedem Mahama ono bedem ansa ne ato aba 28
what's it there
John Dramani Mahama fixing the country movement ye dey petition akoma attorney general the petition akoma special prosecutor the biabre US ambassador or Ghana the biakoma British ambassador say airbus no ya chinkrofo gumu other country into omu initiate the move for Mahama sikadoso po bribe or koje ya say government official one we na so di for ayenchi no mfa no kotum because other countries Brazil and Singapore any other countries no more president koye corruption ya chi omo do matum ebi dem 5 years ebi dem Mahama no is not bigger than anybody see fix o man na meboa to fix the country movement who a leader na say what swear the oath of office so you protect public purse and you protect the interests of the ordinary Ghanaian people na say oba na utimi no obi koto kese de ketasihye ekoje bribe ema abrofo de obeto front page of newspaper say wakoje bribe or airbus ho we need to deal with you etiano no for another day to be and a propaganda NDC for the abontin say yenchi obia it's a lie and I hope sinabubo bi akire wono
Nipa 21 jina court is here
exactly Nipa 21 and our court to omo NDC abem na one say law no the wheel of justice grinds slowly
Baya 5 than
yes 18 Nansia azibit one year no Nansia abuga pele and abuga say Yamana presidential pardon on health grounds 18 obika chosa mamu no yenka say abai way 100% but dia nyoma mamu papa koso a fix your mind it is there for everybody to see and now my mutimu a digitization ubetima transfer sika from mobile phone to any other transaction the whole of Africa country be anywhere mobile phone interoperability the whole Africa
link it to your bank account.
There's no country, not in South Africa, not in Egypt, not in anywhere. Say, ubetimi do sika go bank account so. No wire me wire Fidelity Bank and am account wo. Me betimi dey tua me bills. Betimi dey tua me electricity bills. Betimi dey me mobile phone I be bia if I have my account details on my ear. The whole of Africa. Bibia ni what is now the catcher says how my way and fix it here. And I can demonstrate it to you, Daddy Fred. When I meet you, I'll show you. Say me a transaction from my bank account without going through any wahala. Yes, and it's happening. And people sit in America and they think that Ghana is like you to the American say, and I don't get it. Say 25 years democracy compared to 250 years democracy. And you are telling me, say, these giant stripes are on my way, and yeah, me beating my chest. Say the Hopeson, I am a proud Ghanaian, and I love my country so much, so say. Yeah, man and say. It would you across to one mouth, but social media, not to I am Piazza. Ubedu Ghana, Ubeba, and Numaka say, hey, and then a branch or Toriano Conam, a West End or a France, a Times Square, baby, I hope in and
Manhattan.
Yes, you Manhattan. Yes, you Manhattan. Be Organo. Omra Airport City. No mere glass in Kuabu Airport City. When you come to Airport City, Obekasa unam sebi unam a Manhattan baby. You will be when you go to Kumasi, some part of Kumasi, go to Atasemaso, residential buildings amount for Brogu somewhere in Kumasi. It will shock you.
Behind trade
fair. Go to other places in some part of Ghana and go and see things for yourself. Development at air cost for Ghana. Your problem is say improve the infrastructure. Kufuado ya all building roads, all fixing the road network. Then the rail network and they Ghana yenya triangle. Rail triangle. As I say utu from Tema, ubetima by Hini with a train abefa konongwa befa Buankra. It's sooner than later they are going to finish before 2024. Ufri Accra Kotakra de to Bogoso. The kwakofa Miniam Rekuduka the Kromo. Honorable Rekuduka Kromo. And the Kotakwa they call the other side and also rail network in the now the president want to link the rail network from Takrade to Kumasi via your friend is saying baby omode ayakoi za hospital ya me no ko hwe your friend say hospital Hopeson ya ko hwe afari straight back to a Nyinahini then to Konongo back to there's now a rail network across Adorye bridge Echo Hopeson Chrome Ewo Volta region first time in history ya di pillars SCC Adorye bridge so ya di train afaso ya beko akotwa ya ko Ghana ya ba akotwa momo
train nam bridge no so train nam bridge so
me na make catch Adorye bridge first time na kokwa ni do
Volta region extra franca dia ho no nyina
obeka na numu nsem say say we nyina koso Ghana na yehu ya tisi social media ya to ayampia menua the infrastructure and the Kufuado is phenomenal. The infrastructure and the booming ABA first time Yaya Eastern Corridor Road from Dambaya dia baba be Pietamale ya linking it to northwestern part of the country adia kwakosi Hopeson ayi krom your friend say Madam Fukabu abai Fakabu krom Laura straight to Burkina Faso border. There is going to be a rail network, a link here all the way down to the northern part of the country, and also so is going to go. And then, Mami Kanchiro, Ghana ebe transfer gas. Edi akoma Cote d'Ivoire, yeba see the biggest gas plant in Ghana. Atuabu phase 2, Kufuado assign yeba see Atuabu phase 2. And also babe another gas planter. Yeba supply gas. Ya discover another oil fielder. Yeba supply gas to other African countries. Cote d'Ivoire, Alassane Ouattara, on Ghana buying assign contract. I am telling you, yes, a contract how to supply gas to Cote d'Ivoire. Say a Juma no, and they a swab to the extent say Cote d'Ivoire buying any ababe sign contract. Say yeba supply gas infrastructure no you put in place. Yeba be it is all to Chroma. That's a these are facts. Na Abrantie Hopeson na me no kasa na Abrantie bi say yes 1 village 1 da na me tie me to say so empty na yes so fix the country or say 1 village 1 da me Kufuado promise say onye and na me di biaba and I think say these are some of the facts on the 1 village 1 dam a whole document on 1 village 1 dam yeah any it is Owuya. Mami read it in Chiro. That is right. 1 village 1 dam, Nandam, Asagerigiri community. Your 1 dam or Binduri district, you can call and find out. Yeah, 1 village 1 dam or Garutimpani district. You have Denegu district. Your 1 dam, 1 village 1 dam or Oba Karaga ni ena nkofo na ho no ena dam no na ewo ho no Karaga Oba Chinapaga ena da ho village dam no na da ho no so ade ase
in the dam na ye de ba de ma village no
say unim say most of them rely on agriculture Kufuado campaign 2016 e kopie ho or share ensure a problem in terms of irrigation, transporting water to get a dry season. Ensure find your move. And our promises say to Abamana, every village in the northern region, every village will have one dam. And on why and over 36 to 40 dams and why in the first 10 one. May catch a young man of proximity, almost about 65%. What is a man of proximity, just for people to understand, say something is going on. These are facts. These are verifiable facts. It is a so now can sana a kufuado and no idea and why may bow say tomama a preso oka corruption as now can maybe quote to some of the corrupt things are mama appends we see and I'm just supposed to the no mama or say 2013 and general news daily graphic or say Mahama has laid a solid foundation on corruption. Or no or say I've laid solid foundation on corruption. And Ghana Fogusa and say corruption Brazil omuko disika eko say sebi footballers ede omoko hono. Sika doso pu aituama omone ehonyoma eko ni ade no. Omubusa and say no just a frivolous allegation that is being leveled against his party people. It's never proven. Yes, certain committee, government white paper, every free anchor. Are there chain or there is a free anchor? Share presidential office as a presidential staffer at the office of the president. So Mekai. What you say stand up with? Yes, one quiet diary one and your man. A buy you diary.
Owusu fa we kan once what was no mo to dokuno baako e wo Brazil dokuno baako
fatwa so
man no mo to no $40 kube baako $100 kube baako omunum kube baako $100
Daddy Fred kube
baako $100
Daddy Fred Mahama in 2012 2016 2014 obeka che Ghana fo nyina say ono de on allow the government official bear and touch any state property. This was in front of Daily Graphic, 2014, June 13th. Now, listen to what happened. Ekufuado, yetu Obama ye really power no. Yenya enso Ekufuado in na state property ye Ghana casa. Ye diama almost say aban casa. Government officials no. Na omo ashase sensan etoma omo mame ma example uni ma branch be friend yes uni ma branch be friend Kojo Edu Asare Kojo Edu Asare
aban kramal ni ye ni enhwa de ni
ye
ye
we Julius Debra na assign as ye no Julius Debra signature
de ye hu ni din ni signature chief of staff wow
car no ye mame ma car no ye Toyota Camry. The chassis number is 6T1B5. What am I mean? The registration number is GT1686-14. Kojo Duasare car a Toyota Camry 6 January 2017. Yeah, best swear Kufuado in the next day. No, near ton car we am 13,000 Ghana cedis. Toyota Camry America higher ton the same. Me was out that is Fred.
13,000 Ghana cedis. Wow.
13,000 Ghana cedis. Near Toma, Kojo Duasare. Maybe Maubio, journalists for including Captain Smart. The Land Cruiser or Demu Prado. Jomama de Demano. Me will listen to Captain Smart. Or your Bempah Omra Bontemeka Sasma Mekameboa. Or your Bempah Omra Bon. Journalists for your mom, listening. Journalists for a Bempah Land Cruiser. Any Yamaha Baba Otuka corruption as someone. Yamaha Baba to a young piao. Yamaha a buying penny for Yade Land Cruiser Chowman and no den or Coca Commander Juga Factory once a month. And name what you fancy?
Owusu, but I mean, for we and come on that was so. Julius Debra no ye chief of staff. Well, no, I can't say Toyota Avalon. A year 2016 model. One more turn 2016 Emrani Chese so you can 2 years answer ye bit matwama ya twama 2016 no motor model I no motor no 2016 car number GT 7293 dash Majato Honum main fan to
yeah
yet no $53,503 $53,000 unim said yet mano yet mano 45,000 cedis.
Yeah.
Oh, car matter no $53,000, you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
You told man 45,000 cedis. And these people are saying it's a ban where you're corrupt.
Bruh, my mama example, when him girl be a friend of Joyce Bawa Mokhtari on a customer John Dramani Mahama. Allegedly, documents Kurameno, a car, a Toyota Avensis. Registration number no GT2435
registration
GT2435
okay.
A 2015 model. Yeah, Tom 27,000 Ghana cedis. Toyota
Avensis.
27,000 Ghana cedis.
Yeah, $24,000.
$24,000. Yeah, Tom 27,000 Ghana cedis.
Also, if you figure the 21,000.
Maybe hold on. Maybe Joyce.
Ghana money they move like that. It's kind of quite a cosa. Wow.
21,000 Ghana cedis. But on $27,000. And now the catch him say Kufuado Abemu. Ubetimi akwa a bank car, a Kufuado Abemu. A Kufuado Abemu. Ubetimi decide recklessness we know of our. And this happened under John Mahama. Yeah, or records ne yere shopping allegedly or cost shopping with Europe. Chief of Staff Sika or Tremano. Your receipt you know or receipt Chief of Staff assign Sika allegedly. And the man also on cost shopping in America. Free of charge London for shopping. Only Nebusia Foko Elqua Brucheka. Monty Chroma said, yeah, na fix the country, and I want fix the country. I sometimes Julius Caesar, I can't see me. What kind of book Julius Caesar? A bra omukokum romance no kokum Caesar no omuba say omuba be explaining no na one of the conspirators no on per idea no friend Mark Antony yeah Mark Antony and Mark Antony ejina baby no who Caesar cops no say Caesar cops no no hwe nkofo emu nyoma ma ye no okotu coat bi na I represent that coat too. Those people on social media ne omo bastardizing Ghana say bibi ankoso no say or say pardon me that bleeding piece of earth that are meek and gentle with these butchers. Ghanaian people should be so charitable in terms of there are certain things abra ekoswa Ghana baby aye dru no any baby on mine no edru no Africa. Can you tell me say COVID-19 management the whole world say the Hopeson kai no ewiasima fana nyina Ghana, your management of COVID-19 is one of the best in the world. America for credit for more to trade.
Montama, so no answer question we mame. We very, very simple question. I'm say I obine diaba na oyen truni kasia pa Atlanta inti mame munti mebese mu yi ano. Yenuaba na o interview Kennedy Japan or
Uncle, great job with the interview. I think you should tell your panel the most effective way for them to communicate what you're doing, like the good job and the development infrastructure, etc., that you're doing in Ghana, is to actually get either, you know,
all right, hold on 1 second. I'm saying almost say one more and take Casa no cry. Wow. Demand to back okra.
Let's take a crab at as a
Maminsa Mobium Namunti.
Okay.
Can go to all the
Mote.
Uncle, good job with the interview. I think you should tell your panel the most effective way for them to communicate what you're doing, like the good job and the development infrastructure, etc., that you're doing in Ghana, is to actually get a representative. Either, you know, one of the two gentlemen can go to all the locations that these works are being conducted, like the dams that you're showing. You know, on paper, it just looks like, well, you know, you might, who can tell? You might have printed something well, we're just supposed to take your word for it. I'm not saying that it's not true, but Ghanaians are more visual people. I mean, everybody in the world is more visual, and so if they go to these locations and they take cameramen, right, and then they stand right there, like you go in front of the dam that you're talking about, you're right there, so we can see it. Video don't lie, so we can see it. That okay, and then you're giving the commentary. This is what
well.
the video.
Daddy Fred, I think say Matilda Ababa
okay, Matilda,
all the 160 show the Ghanaian people. How else are they supposed to know that this, in fact, is happening? Because there's no way for them to, except for, of course, the technology that the vice president so graciously introduced to the system, where you can go and track all the developments. But again, how many of our people know how to use that? Unfortunately, majority are illiterate, and thank God for our president who has introduced free education, which still some people refuse to take advantage of.
That's
so
right.
I think it will be a much better communication if they go to all these strategic locations and film everything that they're doing and put it on TV 24/7. Take advantage of
That is right. I think that for the want of
a good strategic things that you guys are doing.
Understanding the import of
show the
what
one
she's
district
saying.
went down. Show everything that you're doing. The planting for food and jobs. Show the jobs that are being created. Go to all the locations and show it. Let the Ghanaian people see it for themselves. Thank you.
Thank you.
Uncle,
okay, Martin,
I'm taking about 5 minutes to answer that question. I think that
also more Nabaso first. And so
yeah. First of all,
very intelligent.
But one thing that I think that it's very clear. If I can speak in English, and I don't know, say before elections, NDC started a communication strategy of using Sami Jemfi to do a program on UTV, our friend on Okrimreni,
yeah.
And the strategy was to just go out there and shine propaganda, go out there and tell lies, twist facts, and just get away with it, because he was manipulating the minds of the ordinary Ghanaian people and their voters. We also adopted a straight-on communication that was to handle that propaganda and diffuse that strategy. And the strategy was that we went around every nook and cranny in the country showing projects of governments, and we're showing it on air, which was depicting on the fact that everything was happening. Now, when it comes to the other one that he's talking about, the government communication team has what we call briefing in the week, where in the social media, Niteko and the rest will show what government has done in the whole year.
But Owusu Bempah, now I'm for complaining. Say I'm for who they are buying.
The reason is that there's two-pronged approach in handling this communication strategy. And the point is that we know we have some limitations in terms of how we can spread it for everybody to see what we are doing. Some of these are social media stuff that we need to put it out there for people to see. Because I quite remember, say Nanu Yamini Hopeson Echo the impact was so enormous. And you have to understand, say, there are other projects that other departments, they churn it out to media houses, but most of them don't want to, journalists don't want to bring it out. So the strategy is that we put these matters and issues out for people to see, but people are refusing to see because you are dealing with, listen, we are here, bro, it's true. You are dealing with bad propaganda, a group of people who refuse to understand, say, something is going on. You live in a country whereby a Kufuado say Agenda 111. Obabeye, or the framework network, and your man say, I do to Aquamu, or the Atuga. I show videos. Me in my sector, Ghana Gas, we bought airtime in UTV, UTV, Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, and other network. You show everything about Ghana Gas and how we're able to help power generation in the country. And I'm sure, say, other media houses, bebre so other projects, but we need to do more. And I agree with her in terms of trying to showcase most of the projects that we've been doing. I quite remember there was a time Galamsey started here at Kufuor first. I was the first person to go on social media. When you go to my Facebook wall, me show a Cobra River and Cobra River. Eniate, Oshe, the network system, what is happening now. And it is very difficult for you to deal with a situation whereby a group of people want to understand, say, oh, the air cost on the it's like George Orwell's Animal Farm when Squilla was trying to convince other animals to believe that some animals are more equal than the other. What is more dangerous propaganda when it comes to trying to put a message across, feeling, and they try as much as possible to tell you that this is a lie, this is not true, this is what is happening. I can tell you for a fact that there were a lot of documentaries going around. Every Sunday, ministers do briefings, pictorial evidence, diagrams, information. Of course, as I'm talking to you, every Sunday, sector ministers come out and give all this information out. But somebody riff-raff like Captain Smart will not come and pick what the Minister of Roads and Highways say. Oh, you buy 77% of the road network any now roadway I say, now roadway I say, Solar Road any. These are the pictures, these are facts, these are diagrams showing say roadway or I say. But you buy a fix it. These are the road sector. You show it. They will not show it on radio because we are dealing with a leader, opposition leader. When you sika, when we sika so much say, obetuyama journalists for to set the agenda for the people of Ghana, to set the agenda and tell the story in a different way. So it's a very difficult and dicey situation, and you have to understand that we have communication. You need to know your target audience and who you are delivering your message to. At the end of the day, if you don't take care, obeyama, at the end of the day, it will be like you are doing what the NDC people came to do. So Asha, recently, issues by in terms of road infrastructure. You cannot tell me, say, interchange.
Also, me bacho. That effect, my sending video.
Video.
Every year, Afarino. It is a kebeya. What the? I'm saying short, less than 4 minutes or so.
Okay. I'm saying Owusu land there, man. Now so kasa na me say.
For want of a better word, you show knowledge,
I've na me call dunti. Me pese Nti we koso Hopeson kasa ma me na
yeah, the American say we've started that. In fact, fixing the country movement. This is one of our communication strategy. And they are started to go around the hamlets and villages. Aban projects I show Obekaya won't to me TV. I started this strategy as well before elections. All district chief executives in every part of the country, projects Awaye Bia, Oko won't to me TV, Oko internet to so before elections, 6 months before elections. They were showing every project that the government has done. So this is a strategy that we've been doing. Most of the voters are more Ghana, who say, hey, say na buying Daddy Fred, say na buying almost yet. And it is not a new strategy. We have adopted that strategy, and Woon to Me TV, Net2 TV has been doing this project, this type of communication for a long time. Opa, Uko 6 months before elections. Apart from the NPP communication strategy, you shall say a counter Sami with this kind of a Woon to Me TV 6 months before elections. You will see. So every project now by BIA in every district BIA was shown on national television.
All right, mame, 1 second. Kakra na me ma Hopeson sumrezi na home kakra mame. Hopeson what's your reaction? They say well asema enu aba iso de tuja.
Why ya de pa in fact point na or hit here no. Nyankopon one. You see, these are the people. These are some of the contributions we want to get from yenu anomwa or more bridge. Yeah, you who say I want to more experience it yet. I don't know what the BTN will feel. I don't know the obi anko school, obi ansi class 1 da. No what to kwanya bra brochire, wababe di 5 years elko, wabafia. When I saw you graduate to grow one year, what you want to Yansano, a baby too. And no, Anna, Yafi say, Yabina, Becca boom, let me, Aboa or minor. I didn't that Michelle said no, sa video no.
Me go so load.
Yeah, but the second one so I said, a brand new Kojabe, senior high school. You drew Kwemu, we ended himself free, a Juso, a call a Kumawua, a Kwajabe, Honomono, Quina say Yankasa. You do Honomuka send your machines to Gusu Gitty, oh Muya Juma. You didn't go for any because we are doing that. That is the aim of fixing the country movement. So, you know, you have a Kobe, look, a good for Dubai will create 6 regions, you know. Every regional capital is seeing some kind of development. Mention commission RCC of Western North. Western North of one or Hineni say, a honorable friend Western North Jubilee House. The brother do now who edifices you. Lies are found.
My member video this is here and after 2 hours. The bonus is here, man. After me, actually, don't follow na.
You understand me? These are not for medical.
Yeah.
These are air conditioning installation that is meant for the hospital, both internal and external, according to him.
Yeah.
So that is why it is there.
Yeah.
So anybody who come and lie that is there medical equipment that is there, it's a fallacy. It's not true. Obi oba catch us away. We see air condition for air condition indoor and outdoor air conditioning facilities. And the CC Hosab. Oba has said the same thing. And these are for air conditions for indoor and outdoor.
When was a MRI? No?
We not say MRI, which is a lie. This is not an MRI equipment. These are air conditioners. That is meant for external and indoor air. On my oxygen plant, they said so supposed to build it for an external for the whole hospital for the oxygen one. So that is what is there.
I know we for outside there.
And now Obaha has it. Excuse me. Obaha, this is another planter, a generating plant for the whole hospital. NEC one, for generator. And somebody is lying, say these are.
But generator, cylinder, yeah, you say about outside the hair now called a dynamo central system. My man,
they build it outside.
The units
are there. What do you mean? The units are there. Now let's go to the generator. These are the ones that will be picture or can these are power plants. Power plants are a generator. Power plants are they are going to use it for the hospital. Basically, it's for the hospital. It's not for anything. It's for the hospital, and these are facilities. So, number one, you're talking about the oxygen plant, which is supposed to be outside. These are air conditioning machines for indoor and external. And then you have a generator, which is supposed to be used. Until we begin equipment to be a big MRI, it's a blatant fallacy, and it's not true. No. Where the video
background, so you say you're hospital here.
Hospital, and it is almost 88% or maybe 88% going to be completed.
Right, and Hopeson, I'm saying, yeah, someone and I'm original on another.
Yeah, Captain Smart, a commission in 2018 at the Kufadu Timor Dinti, 1 man for crime or Monko Honum. Now, as I say, a Kohonum near Magana for Ihuniati.
Yeah, show second video, no, Daddy. Show the second video first. The road network now.
Necessary Kohonum near Mamfu. Eti yani deputy minister for defense. Once a honor kwa military zone. Eti okwa soldier for no homo ma kwa ma won remusa. Ti ani a defense minister kasa sia pese e kohono. And also okay. And a deputy minister for defense in Lydia. In fact, the whole project committee in Ghana armed forces, retired soldiers in yade. Ama ye kohono. Ni do so ye pa. ye committee contractor no e manage yi mu Akufo-Addo take it over na military hospital no 20% complete me de wo ka say is about 92% complete.
No, Hopeson, correct that mistake that J. Kufuor signed the agreement for Adorye Hospital. 2008.
Yes, I don't know.
NDC for abandon because yes, here they call Ashanti region. Kumasi the Omumpene. They abandoned it. John Mahama abandoned the project.
Yeah.
And they couldn't meet the conditionalities.
That's right.
Say contractors number Jumano. First point of call is say so the Omuniomane about Kronumwa. And so meet service condition of service. Say Omunioma Omimporto Bano. Yebemo waiver of duty free on certain and this is why because of our brony bayinti. And they started looking for a place in the northern region and other parts of the country. Say Kumasi pa yede military hospital about the Omon Pereta. Into minority leaders in parliament at that time say Chairman Sabusumo and Omdomuna see form. Say ye then the Bekwa ferry. Odia say Etienne can also Kaoni ye no Mutaki.
Eti no wakano. Originally, Nanka sa project we eko sofo. Yewo sofo line ewo Kumasi. Won se hono na military barracks no wo. Eti nanka hono na kesi kokosi. O kaya Professor Mers eba ba mu no. Was say I fear the a project
Ashanti project. Ashanti project.
Nature say ya the project nyina e kwa Ashanti region no ani omo mpene etu omo ye say Mahama etimi convince Professor Moses say omo fa enko Tamale omo ko e contractor ne say won tiate because omo assign ade ne say Emra Kumase ado omo say okay won tiase o Tamale dia omo sand ba 37 and so omo disusa anyeyi enti take 6 good years answer ade no call back no na so for ho no aye occupied eti na say omo de call afare ana omo de call hodum na nena na Owusu ka no contract ya ka say contract bia no ya na wo condition president ni na ka ho ne esese udi ka yansa yi na hyase esanse no omo mpese project no be kwa Ashanti region no condition president no omo amiti eno ane say the only condition president from government edi ko contractor no ho ebema na aye adwuma ne say wo be waive tax e wo de nneama wo import to the Babesi hospital ni nyina John Mahama trans ya wanye June 2017 ana Akufo-Addo ebema wo mo sa tax waiver no eti technically no ye beka say ka 2017 ana project no e hyase but because na contractor no so empese obe lusu yinti no o hyase kakra ebra ye take over na 20% complete amini wo ka say 92% nyankopon ya adom a by 31st December this year no na hospital no omodwe ni nyina na chese bibia akoso ese ye twen power 33 kV something ye twen edeba hospital honum because machines equipment e ba be use honum ehia stable power it is you know omo aya omo ye kan say transformer no honum ye wi a MRI ne equipment nyina egutema warehouse ba kokura ni honum a aduru Accra na atwamu akwa koduru Kumase eti asebo kan no na ye tro eti na say yetimi kɔ ye kɔkɔ
ana mo yi kwan bi so mo ma memfa kwan ne nto aso sesi ya na etwa.
This is Agogo, Asante Achimu Agogo, Owusu Bempah AstroTurf Park. Obede enye. Entimo amuni Agogo no. Monim. Say aha aye the main omwe ade omotai bubble training wa hapa. Ano say oye AstroTurf. Edi amakro no eti omo hyase omoye ho anwea ene ayi ene gugu ho no enche kra wo bon se ahabe ye kama ono so ne wanya ode bo ne kro edi
That is, I think say my picking wrong video na dia ma.
And to
me check number mount. Number mount road in there no. But where there? Miami convener. Owusu Bempah. What is so epotra Ghana guys. Eja kakra by the man no. What is so obeboa agogofo nti okwakoye astrotef.
Come we it's almost in completion or way old video now the man. We are almost 85% complete.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You ever go to Chadiaba?
Yeah. I know yeah, baba mu na ye ma me wi asika o.
Mo de ya de pa.
Yeah, kakra wa ibenya no. Na yesu ye de boa your community just to make sure that somebody somewhere will benefit. Jobson, I think said the road network in a Jusu Jabin.
Yeah. Me check video no na me
okay, Daddy. And now we say question and I said it's okay, we can move on and then we wrap it up.
Yeah, and Timran no, Amreno atia pa manfo messages wa mean to me more messages no. Conclude
allow him to get most of the people to also come in and
we want to
why not?
Okay,
why not?
All right. I don't
know. Take you over from me. Why?
No problem.
That is Fred. Kofichu Mbuafo so ahanti.
Oh, mama,
I think that one no be take you over from me.
All right.
Except that there is specific year bia ese me ankasa na me year yedia. But for that yes sister na was saying you know that is the number my ya no be dingita ho. I think say obeboa ye wo kwan bebre so ye duma de no so ebe sisi ye. I think over to you.
Yo, me da sepa. I don't know what person the audio banma audio no nye only 2 minutes. Number no na me de aguso no. 77431242276. Fabre WhatsApp ye bebo modern say ye bebo na omoso ayia no so e de amaye na you know. Me no atwuma to say.
Yeah, me ho ye na say.
Okay, I'm for say we dey me ma on kasa nche bebre. Me the question e bob because you tie me. I'm for say Ghana ye thing. They say, Osha, Omo ya face the country demonstration, Krabinum so cry New Jersey, and their home. So far, what do you been me? I just a grand heading.
Oh, that is Fred. Me follow free so the chia, what phone with you from. Me person me chile asembi. One say you will be or Bempah be buried as you for Jesus Christ. Me boy. Ni patrobe ni na.
That word via.
Yeah. Onipa ba ko pe no be wiase no be ni nyina ono ne yetuturbonsia na sri nwini yen no ni twedi ampon sase ya ogosoro wa man kwan de bia o hye yen kran ne de na mo wiase ono pe na won fa bibi nkwati no e ba che meboa. Okay, I would like to speak on the level of employment because I think say yen digi wo papa eno ne betuma kire Ghana e bia yen pempenso ayedu say ye koe and I say ye sang yengechi. My brother, I think say ni pebi wo ha wo say urumpese wi wu wa say aya mona korono anampache mboya. There is something that is going on in Ghana which is a very dirty agenda to derail the focus of the president Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Na memo me de aya wo ho na se wo ya wobi ana se wo hwe na opese wo twi obi sanga wo twi ne sanga na no kwara ne de dia wo ba chi no wani me gurase ana me boa. My brother, what I'm just going to say to you, I really appreciate and I acknowledge the missive na ma me na obeka brofo no okaina. These are some of the things that the Fix the Country movement have put in place.
Yeah. Say yeah.
Okay, I'm so person who my time of
true.
My brother, as I said, no, I want to dig a little bit into unemployment and how things have actually gone round circles. My brother, before the NDC government left power, I quite remember, and some of these statements are very categorical, very well emphasized, that Mahama Kachire Ghana Fusu, Onya Magiciana, ubi to me aiden ama me bunu ejuma me pacha me boya
I no crowd cast as okay mete mo video no cra
me da wase nti nipa na ya bekasa no aya na video no waba pa na mo bi nkyere won no wontie. Then emerged a very nice fine leader who comes and decides that he wants to make Ghana an entrepreneurship climate and a country where we would champion the entrepreneurship agenda in Africa. But doing that, let's say, Yebema Nipa Sebi, we yes kebi keke, nebes was a singer a yejuma. My brother, baby, I'm a yejumano, and Cecilia and Wanga to Babasana for Frobi, of the Ministry of Business Development, and it had a sister agency, ANEP. Accra, from all this time, we had about 13 initiatives. Government initiatives. I the 13 pillars backing those initiatives. All those initiatives came into light. And another decided so before mebuno and the account no one aye. Until we training crofo. Now what my crofo now what scan what them what they so that they can be job creators and job not by job seekers. So we are not talking about an era when Bempah and say unemployment graduate association. We are talking about people who are being nurtured by say woman sika. Now then they employ people other than going to seek for jobs.
Jim, me are very sorry. Hold on 1 minute to be my na messages Dawson na I was me book akra say be ya mamfo obumfu onza ti mambo kakra na muntie na fa bi ka ho na kire wasem why enti ma me mo kakra bi na amamfo enti asem no me ba cho ya na se mutia na mo hu se muti asem amamfo why me ma cho the messages ya be bona chese se amamfo ka no na ya making sure some smart na waka ni nyina abom de twema mo atoa onsem ni nyina so why nti ma 1 second pe yeah nti yenkwa na yentie message di kan
Daddy Fred yami sure na edwuma pa oye ka she yempenye mfomo se yichia wo mu yedanyame ase so di o ma bedru asomdwe mu na Daddy Fred kakra meka ne se me de ekoso nyina ndi mebremu MPP fo bisa mo amosi NDC fo edisika enso obi ene ho amotumi achi na twom ke sami de mfi begina ho a oka ne boso asem atom tumi nya sami de mfi hwe hwe edwura asem esi yen eya asem sami de mfi beka ye no eno ne ma boys na wono so ye de omo ye ko endapo de endapo ye no enti no MPP fo omo ye week dodo eti so mo keka mo ho mo keka mo ho mejuma pa de nim se nana oye media me metuoi me bompa ye manana every day bi se me trust
all right trim so
hello Daddy Fred
yeah
say lady no se meti ne kan ya opese o kire se ye kan se manfo edisika ye nchi obi say ye kasa no tie ya ye bobo nipa mako 7 ban we achi omo ye John Mahama Kohota and I say akra Kufuado Amabako presidential pardon. Me bo Dr. Tevi, he was the deputy director of communications, Ministry of National Communication Authority. Bafu Boni, a right hand man to John Dramani Mahama, Bafu Boni, ubi animono. And no dance someone. Ye bet ma bobo nipa mako 8 as a 7. A buy way by a yacho matuminti a lie. 27 cases in the court to Ayedi once. Mama, let's not rely on what Sami Jempi is saying. Yeah, some I can say facts will be to be prove you say. Nipa mako 7 omugun sawamono. Omuno mu ye NDC 4. Aye chi omu dem. Senate 4 penny 4 mako 3. Omu nyina dem. Aye appointment omu dem.
Yeah,
so kase yanchi obi anya no kre. Number 2. Adwura issue no ba aye no.
Me pesa me book tips bear 5 na uyi
but yeah, answer no head on ebebua because so that people will not forget
all
about
right does so papa
case by and everybody knows the committee was set up Yomuka say Abrantia no or fixing the country movement, fix the country or can on yano crack. Abrantia no and politics in Tino Mukuno or no one in Nia problem or mania if I and Sassamo and NDC focus so as once and by a report on Abba. Am I in who create them? It will be cast answer now. Let's not over rely on propaganda. That's what I'm telling you. The propaganda on social media is too much. That's why I better defray the programs for almost 1 hour. Just for some of you to understand. Said yeah, I'm okay, Canada, that you bet my to us.
All right, okay.
Daddy Fry, good morning. Johnny Sinimi, a Free Canada. I like your interview. I'm saying, mommy view kakra. Yeah, those who been passing. It was that almost continue on normal book and my papa President Nana Akufo-Addo. Why Ghana no so almost so normal book and who said the bay I so I will have a better TV because the NPP for no and rude too much and that is our misconceptions now air cost Ghana and no more yet no more and yet and sounded good and fact and Akufo-Addo a buying so ubeti say and no money no more than the good things and the good job NPP government into muma and no more any loud so to pan the more campaign Akufo-Addo about so and more about bebree so entimi hu de all Ghana so me and the brother with your explanation.
All right. Messages in the rest of the brain. Yabenya Merefo na yede ayesa and messages in the Johnson. Na I'm right so I'm saying this radio people watch and I'm people watching to but man one am kakra
but our mantidia or kind of
also the runa semana okaya na messages you know
and I make her say daddy people what I've realized
messages in one
what I've realized is that
Mamma we just on the year no Mamma we
that different they be and bra ebetan the where you Ghana Ghana Hopeson Ernest the welcome call not about those we go to America. We thank him for traveling nurses. I'm the other one, female voice, and that should be me. Okay, T-shirt is daddy, and did your mama, Madam welcome. Right, the Moroccan is it? You were there, NPP, and an Anadun, Woye Juma. There's a Kufwana, the ex-president Kufwana to China, Nanadri Juma Pa. But I think I'm a problem there. What is the NPP communication team doing? Because an Adorye will move the wood. She's a mobile come Ghana far so everywhere in the world. What's about a German and Adorye? But communication team in Wayashi. They be a mobile honorable upon Chroma, no Owusu. They be a against them there. They are not helping us. Sorry. Fide, Zananadrian, other communication team, mobile devil. And to me, in my opinion, why there won't try the more recruit food soldiers to join in the communication team? And we see selling other move from Kwafu with every language. Now we start what does Zananadrian ways, and I'm there, Ghana, no quarry quotes in a dimension piano quart. Na Ghana phones are and these are they prefer it more than NPP no kwana warakan.
I'm saying more friend will be your free Germany.
It's best there. Communication team will recruit a friend that but sorry there and a bed brie garden is bed brie rough. NPP communication team will recruit food soldiers. At least one year one cow. No one will start the Watson walk in classing. Number one, Mahama, thank you, Tony. What is it chanting Ghanaians for? And why are Zipia? Why are no one there in a way on a campaign? to come.
So I'm focused so fresh. Bob said that was say, Mammy or Kasai or you're very great to man Pakasa for UK. Messages in the door so mereso anyhow you few minutes or baby 15 minutes. And the amachum and Kasa Kakramaya Owusu Bempah running up on my repom no the best double messages. More mean to me more messages, Miss Remo, Mumfan Chairman and Mere anyhow mamekra.
That is right. Now you can employment and asem. This year before my buying, now employment indexes are very low. The time when we had about roughly 12.5% of people who are unemployed in Ghana here. Now out of the 12.5%, and 50% were the youth. So the Nandangwe Ekufuado decided to set up certain agencies bia ebetuma ama mebru ebemu ngejina enyejina pa. As I speak on mebru ewo Ghana hano enko achi I drop it from Bahama time and now 7.9% to 4.3% unemployment rate in Ghana. Akra enyen sembo na be ma Ekufuado na gadeng bi na ga betin aye. From 7.8% I drop it down to 4.3%. Ninti I drop it down and say Usha once upon a time. Now a do stage belongs to member BP Gufia 1 year Juma Sabia our formosono Ebia Kakra Wukutan move to me because that time not free SHS heading ne my Cecilia free HSS Abbey as Owusu Bempah over 500,000 almost 500,000 intakes akum it when they educate these children would be nya we are would be nya Juma Pebi okay Kobuafi Ubedu fie so na neme pi wo ha insesai bia Ekufuado aye ne ebema abraba mu mai den emu aye mrew eni bi ne say first intake of nakop so kind nakop that is ready wo pa na so be say nako wo fa over 100,000 in fact to be on precision 100,000 people wo fa won and wo tua won nyina ka 7,500 700 nkrofo bi say hey wongeti ko apai na 700 iska manafo ubetina fie a ubeke do sabet begu wadadem anase ubesoro akoye dwuma no ngama oseska at least enye wo kwan no ubaya wo
enye grant is a payday ubetima nya bibia di tiama ho ato.
So these are some of the things. The next one is that I want to break this news next month under the spearheaded by Nana Ekufuado Naku nyanga mebo wonding. They are also employing 150,000 youth into Naku. Into Wabranga Ubaya Ube case, would to me Ubi Ejuma. Now I am asking those people I want to meet that television so now what's on work can fix the country. When somebody is fixing the country, you are saying he should fix it, but you need to ask what did the predecessor no then no oye. Then na oye. Okay? Abada. Bibia nye brewsa sabe kura edu baby wokosefuna aya would be postponed from because from my heading would be to film. And yes, be a Ghana I am mrew. Now soon such a niema ubra ne some fun near be a government you and the Ekufuado then Owusu fix it. Ma make sure de ba ko Ekufuado a fix it aye nipa won Ghana. Minia one digital system na enam the whole Ghana na ebi atran abebruchi no. Niemeni binin. Now it was just until recently the America me person obi a otie me no enko internet no onko tap no nhwe. You know when the COVID-19 buy no just because of before COVID-19 buy who say Ghana full decide to say through the diaspora sector network office of the president we decided say we invite payful be asabi and you won't pay ne abetra bruchi and we for say diaspora for so okay what the kukudam we invite kukudam back Ghana ma Africa nyina decide say once we then was baby engineer card okay at that time there was a standstill of 1.6 million when you go to the Ministry of then Ministry of Aviation and Grofua back Ghana. So back Ghana and is it not generation of money?
By foreign exchange.
Yes.
By
I was actually a member of the planning committee at the Diaspora Affairs in the presidency. You invited the Kukudam back room my year. You open a whole beach stretch, Labadi beach stretching in a whole Awaba, when you get ticket, some of them on online. You have never witnessed anything like that ever in the world. Unless say be England, Glastonbury, anyhow, Carnival Festival, Ghana to me be Africa will be a that. We generated so much revenue. So, in essence, when the COVID hit Ghana, we had some surpluses. But you see the mechanic. I'm saying figure. Before the COVID set in, sorry, 1.2 billion. We had 1.2 billion surplus. So we necessarily needed to actually use that money to massage the economy. Say be let's say one Syria. Within that time, this is the reason why Ghana was able to survive the COVID-19, which is we should be clapping for ourselves and clapping for our leader to have that vision. That Sasike it is Enyema Oyeya Oma Ahoba Ghana he and Chakurana. Often was the coffee and Tiatel said November Hoya years I don't know. COVID in the buy no what to be plain be able to. Na onyako pon de odrogana for me na Mr. Beka we krobia so Africa Ghana na eba hwe eye deg ne yetu binya sasikai ne yetu bi saving in ma COVID the bay ye bi twetwetwa ye ya ho nti na what ekrape for wo bebi wo se bibia wo ye bia wo wi ase ese wo ye den unum nsu ye den twenope nti sa ade ekufu ade ye onum nsu di twenope na sabe yare bone na eba ye no se ye nye sasikai ya kaga na ye be mombo any you ask anybody in Africa, ask them, did they see any economy in Africa? A leader to be my electricity 6 months free, or to be my insurance 6 months free.
David, yeah, won't be
busy. Need civil services, civil servants and public servants, or Chawunaka, or Nubiaka. Only any public and civil servant to be a car. Many opportunity to make people went on for a long time. Now, those people who speak, they should ask themselves that even the private sector led investments in Ghana here, to an extent, they say, who say commercial tariffs, offending, electricity so high. So they have to reduce it for the entrepreneurs, for them to make sure, say, once we get money, a bit macro, a beko. So they say anything intellectual and no be to the Yokromani. Yamaha said, Abia said, Bruchia and me, Matra London, 21 years. Ubi o name Kofichum wa be a metra 21 good years. Me quite a well, anything.
All right, Kofichum, you better was say, just about the basis. Yeah, but I this year, Yabakrumana. Yapasia Chere. We are some. Ni dobu nyina hu se ekufu ado no wa ye adwuma bi na ebi adwuma no ni mu bi amotia no mu hu ye. Look, this is the first place here, but we'll go around the whole world for people to know that the MPP will always continue to be the better managers and better and the most formidable party in Ghana. Ethiopia for the leaders in Kenya. Sa nipa na wo ba radio station na no be kasa online wo be kasa. Me tie won. Me Betia brochi na me fi Ghana by na me say me be boys for the kufo na wa magana eden Ghana bangan ayeye it is also gen hudi let's on enye se bosrebuka no so person kasa omra Ghana ka vitela no omra Ghana wo nyina ye nyina ye fa yen santu ayu abako ne ye hwe se Ghana no ebeyi so otina maka say
ye beda was
we fu nyina obi aso da was pa yes we da was pa rade enhira pa amrepam no ye benya da age ne wo atwetwe nkomo so pa all right Owusu Bempah sembe na obeka e de atwato e de amaye
yo daddy Fred ye beda was I think that people like you know with the helping of dissemination of information and in journalism is not about and as a media information, it's not about just say, oh, but now radio so now, but now on our set agenda, no, I can't now, we are moving into a next level of information superhighway. Obronia or yeah, Facebook, I need Jinazo Casa. We are branching a friend Zuckerberg or someone.
We so cry they call Facebook, YouTube, but then
What
baby
did they make
at the same time.
Ah, Ababa a branch here because of Roosevelt. Na free education or the America and branch here to Tofe Wabitiminia who take advantage. Now Facebook has become a new phenomenon of interruption with people, where people are able to even express themselves in a different way. Now, we share the new world order, and Gophobia used to Facebook or not say, Yaba life what they are tini, nay, and some propaganda lies near the adena. It's not going to help me and you. Yeah, dear, you put and say the reason why me form of fixing the country movement, any a group of young men, we are the next generation who is going to take over this country, and we will not allow any youth who sit there because of their own selfish parochial interests, about destroy this country because they feel say anya omo anya me kumasi yonko. Dear the asema ye Kenyan say from time and time as we go along, Yabema Ghana who say from 2017 to 2019. That's our Bambia Banuatima fixing over 40 town roads in the country. 40 town roads in the country. Urban roads, 635 urban roads, any streets here, 117 footbridges. Where 2019 as America before elections. 138 feeder roads completed. Several highways in the eastern and western corridor. Other corridor, Laura Hamley Road, completed. 46 bridges. Dumso eduma ma on my way. Nkani ejina ne na so mene obi ye operation wo theater omu. Digitization ateki the country to the extent say ne obi organa ha utimi ye transaction on the mobile phones without any problem. Over into the agriculture sector and they afraid be planting for food and jobs. Na Ghana before you near kra wele kra near Krafi Burkina Faso. And then ukomi kroma santi achimago why the body ebebo obi 5 cities or 3 did to afford square meters a day. And you are telling me that this country is not being fixed. Railway sector and the energy sector, come and see what is happening there. There are a lot, and we are saying say Kwame Nkrumah oji independent ma Ghana. Nya ono na di free education by you. A gorgeous back and a di free education by Ghana. Gorgeousberg established free education, and Kwame Nkrumah taught it twice. Say, Yenu Anuma was sirib or the Bempah Omu because of his political expediency. Akufo-Addo, looking at the amount of money Kwame Nkrumah was bequeathed, when Timothy free education among the entire nation, it took Akufo-Addo to implement free education in the entire nation. Looking at the amount of money Kwame Nkrumah betoye, any amount of money Akufo-Addo betoye, empty coffers. Etigana for Mamu Mayem Fanioma Trasa over infrastructure. Kwame Nkrumah, Hopeson was telling you about a lot of industries in the idea. Kwame Nkrumah compared to Akufo-Addo, road infrastructure, and no more there to Akwemu in the energy sector, any other sectors of the Ghanaian economy. Meaning, it is phenomenal, and Ghana we should thank our stars for having such a leader. Why not so about fixing the problems in the country? Rome was not built in a day. Rome was not built in a day. Into those if one social media
built in a day.
Because I think your platform is very important. Yebekosuna and Yoma propaganda and Gobidi to Muchatron. Yabemwanya full facts and information, just like we are going to do with other parts of the information. Said we are some fan in Abe who the Chemu. Nafino, Oman who say, Yabeta send a sabbe panico in a habai. Na Yahunu, Yatasina Banyan Sanfo. Say, Otiabuche, Usi for moi. The systems are working. Now say, Sebi in Prediasa. Yetigana, na Otiabuche, or system in Yaduma. Meanwhile, so or Sandy Sika command in Nuan. Nani Nuane per Juma or Sunko who asumesi. Say Asumesi Bema or Juma Nani Nuan, a Jumano. Nipa over 30 million people na pay adwuma. But no tiabroche say pay adwuma man nua. Na onu wi awasa turning around say aban na corrupt. America how betima ka chiro bi say minua pay aban adwuma bi me wa bra who go through the system.
All right, yeah,
this is the same thing that we are talking about. So we need to conscientize our mind. We need to change our attitude and perception. The fact that you are living in America or you're living in Europe doesn't mean say Ghana is a shithole. Said Donald Trump came. But ye kuro na ye tison. Ye nimnepa ene nyomapa ewomu. Ye new leadership no fix it to change the lives of the ordinary people. Ebe wo man na ye krabere na Ghana etimafa ne ntuma petefra. The fixing the country movement. Ebedru London, ebedru English, ebedru America. Motimi abuwa no motimi anya akwanya amaye ne yatimi acheche nsemu ache Ghana for me giri say entwawa and there were other programs ye kwakoye am say we are getting ready to go enti yebeda wase ne ada watiefo nyina asese onyame nhira obia na nyame ma adwempa a nyansa ne hunumu nyansa ewo mu a sabi yebehunu se so obi ka no kra obohunu to obi twa tora obohunu no nyankopon mie ye nyina ye ni na yehunu de ade papa na na adodan kwakufu ado aban e de ma Ghana for any oman no the future ne direction e pese yodo oman ne ko ye da masi bebre nyame nhira mu nyina
Ernest ye da wase pa ye da wase se no mre Hopeson Adorye asembe na also be ka twa to e de amaye.
Oh, where there under 1 minute obi send me message bi. Auditor General's report. Almost meeting. Sir Nkonya bi wo VIP Masisako. Once Owusu Bempah kasa no was so corner office e Ghana gasa. Ono ane turn Nkonya edikoye. Obia ebia no woni Ghana gas. Na chire obe take over from him. No Owusu Bempah sisa Nkonya ko wagasi wasisa company Nkonya. Ananya sanete. Before VIP, I was not having any befitting office. Me and I'm creating office. I bought my own furniture, everything. Nipa na onu take you over from me no. Mezi sa nyama no kwa no office foreign affairs for nyama. Before see baba. On Wednesday, them were foreign affairs. Many deputy minister and I say young kasa ya menti anka the way anka me expose mu big time no. Enka mo anka bubo so ya ankasa ya ban mentimi nkonko yesa. Nkonya me koto ya na wo ho VIP lounge ho amanfo transo nyina me ankasa me solicit from people to change all the whole place carpet nyina me change nyina me change curtains. In fact MTN4 ebeboa because na CEO no use up anti me use no eba no boa me yes anema nyina me amadamfo ebe painted the whole place emayen. One oil company a set of furniture. Access Bank.
And then companies, best sponsor, sir. Why no munya bibi
me relationship with the way I may handle them. Double by me to wash akwenya otis o unse nya fine. Unto be mama chain. No,
oh, very good. Yeah.
That's right.
There's some marketing skills in here, Juma.
That's right. Anna, talk be afede. As so a 3 sets of furniture. I know they buy. And you know, Boko no Bocano. Me office. Me konya na me teso o me office ada ma you know. Guy na on said the ekoko buy they say I had a man for me brain so ka say ye medi VIP. It's not true. After Nayeli ni cocaine issue no. National security take over the VIP. Once a VIP so the foreign affairs for the whole
VIP Kotoka International
Airport. Eti mekaya ba ban mu no. Me wo hon man president Fred Bisabimra. Ana me koye. O catch them say me one of the guys our trasipa. Na wo hu se ho no yinti no pese me kokko handle ho ma no. Ma ngu so miti. Ana me koye because then national security na take over. So mo push me ko honum say me nkonko ye adwuma ho. Eti at the point Adorye yes say okay foreign affairs minister ka say the whole world foreign affairs for NHF VIP adentina Ghana there national security na hwe. Eti omo ye argument na necessary hand over edema foreign affairs. Yeah, hand over the foreign affairs. Maybe to me share foreign affairs for it.
Because now also all department near Sononko. Yes, sir. Now
right.
okay.
Very good. And next time we come back to Brugate, National Security Head Office. Now, we kokoye jumo. Me kono. Ya saba me another rule. Enti me nkonya na me de koye na se me de ma de ko office bi ewo airport ho a. Ada me de ko ho no. Enti guy na odo ba ye no wonni mu nti no. Ba mba se omo ba be hwe you ombe take stock of you was
inventory
no konya nyina ni ne ka ho onim so onimu a enko anka de sa enti anya no
ko hono ko to akonya ko hono ko
dabi na hu ni ho na ye pin space me na mko creative office me ankasa me de me nkonya boy enti be ka kire omo. In fact, I've responded officially to them. Adam ka kire say ne omo aye no a shemabufuo say I am going to prepare invoice and then take money bia me spending wo ho it's visible for you to see. And then the amount for be ye di no. There are certain things, access control, partitioning of office, other things are me yeah me ankasa bi botom na me ye. Me ka job say me free order me dey achemo. But the more you I'm raising an invoice to come and take the money from you so that it will be on your record say bona mo ye. So who dey no. But ada only omotwe man so aban no ka ho nti no. Onye enti omo a no mo ye worried about that no. Sa that here. Eye sika na mo se ma wi sika de anka meje di so e bia sika de se di patimi wi sika ana me wa
no correct
nkonya de me de
so asesa nkonya ban nkonya de o de
me de kwa
asewo say
edi mo ana mo worried no. That is the story etiba obia
e be na wase na nsa na be kokra Mahama do or die statement comment no ohun ne say simamienu
Mahama I me say be 1 week ni and na ye Saturday. Okay, Monday we be 1 week. Ana ada e call afare e kokotwa video no. Enti e airport. Ana so wa cheta ayi hour anu won ne team ofosu kwache mo ne ayi mu ina almost omo ko thank you to. Now before then ni aye press conference ne Sunday on this Airbus. Enti me announcement no. Adam say this press conference is started John Mahama, the grandpapa of corruption.
Hey.
Sa wotie press conference no. Eti asem na me carry just say ashida ma wo hu ne wonye no ho. Eti wo si aye ba na. O hu se me ba Adorye simpo de hu me. I say eh Hopeson Adorye na e ba no. Na papa na yi na ni atu bankum ho gra. On pese obehwe banim mpo na machia no. Eti na je na nanom ne. Ofoso afofo obu nyina asosedium. Adeja mi wevu omo na mi koja bia na director kwan amono so akwakofa de ne fright be jadu kwa wie deja be bae ye didi ye ho nkoma na die du ko na say na okoko Fred Bempah ofi se ohun a obehwe wedi ban
aso
ehod no de kokotena tajuma ya okoka do or die na do or die de me catch this for say do or die you will do one or die 2 ways. MPP for you choose first one do. Then is for me choose die no. So on no. Enya dia bibia besi. A president, why a vice president 4 years? Why a president 4 years? What about the former president for another 4 years? Na say afi na babeka say polling station here win election. I mean, just imagine so the country nation inside here ebeko. So on no. It will patch said that you know would him say polling station honum no and ye settle a yana. And yes, 2013 election petition should give you a clue. So on yet, but in the okajinano, a strategy just to cut the sympathy of the party people. Also starting the first on or catch or more or tamale say, court to no more idea, or munim say, hey, abana kufado away. Ba omo court say omo de kwa kukulu omo supporters said they be omo nya basa. Just imagine a whole former president saying this. And I said do obeka bia no e say Ghana for etienu mienu so on no 26 before 2020 elections ade anyone the car say boot for boot. Was it when it comes to unleashing violence MPP cannot beat NDC because NDC was born from revolution anamewa dia de na buy. Yes. No, walk can you know.
and the pia emrantie bi mo monkoye basabasa otechiman a omohwere omonkwa ene omuti wana Akufo-Addo why the catch omo so monkonkoye boot for boot na security ni gina ho obo ban na o start say wo totobo a sabe enye obi ba enye obi baba eti ono so be defend no ho wa ma one shot na still amu ye a nye besi enesi ye no it's unfortunate yes so say ebebasa but eyo munjai so mo incite the youth to do certain things ebe hwere omunkwa ehun hia say ka as a former president no obeka asem obi beka say Akufo-Addo ka dey say do or that yem fa ne say na wonye president da Akufo-Addo what cast asem no wonye president da
or die yeah
why a vice president and the president? You know the security of the state. Send your city. Just one statement. Ebetimi aye nyoma bebre. So still ano because of your interest. Menim ne ama Mahama aye power drunk. Say, chese. Shagana fwashe na from assemblyman sa. Ababedi MP di minister abedi vice president aba edie Bempah na Mahama hwehwe what you say Ghana for amutia brochi amode ada say no mo ni agenda ofo say Ghana bauxite or the man nua Akufo-Addo buy no e court said there be a state property ada sa bauxite no ye say ye de ba be ye Ghana kwan ama obia a benefit na kede mo yonko pe wo de amani nua amani nua no tu aba oni na busuafo ajasika anya omo hotam na wo Ghana di no wo sofa na president bi abase da bi em benefit ye nyina wo se wo pe ne ko de mani nua na ase ne ebe benefit ye nyina Ghana for wo gaga bibi enti that event
o se ne be da wase mrepam ye be sa ne mo atwetwe nkomo pa so why
be share supporter o de tie Canada Japan na wo kyerɛkyerɛ nnuama mu na bɛka sɛ
na mama mu sa Kennedy so de Kevin Taylor court who ne say be sima mi no
esi so yɛ den tentem you see sa nnuama we bi say no ɛyɛ ada enye blow so enye blow to enye sikantwe enye tuo na bom ɛyɛ mra sɛ meka sɛ wo yɛ krɔmfo a esi sɛ bitimi ɛkɔkɔ kyerɛ wo court what do you say?
The entire me say we are kromfo. Yes sir.
Me sanete. Me ka sembi ana ye papa bi asiu me. In fact, osiu me kase pa o.
Wow.
Na me saka rate no na me say asem we there me kwa kofa dance na free. So there there. Me na me base on nyamba bi e da bonten. Ana me de ka asem.
Yes.
Ana me say asemu ameka na emphatic said the party provided their man can ye enti quickly na say me kokko frɛ me ma me lawyer frɛ ne hu nipa bi ne ya sha se pa kyɛw sɛ we de etre no ye pese me tra radio so na me twesan na me pa ne kyɛw enti ne lawyer say omo hwɛ no you see court enya patapa de go enya hoɔden o enya sɛ ebi abeka sɛ me na minimum nyansa nti da bi enya proof Misi wa wia ma de enti se wo demonstrate wo fasa de we date say picture nie sadi we say ni say na fe watima daddy enti why I wouldn't prove no nka say wadoba form kakra na the way ya na no chebe no
akasesem ne nsem a we daddy no
American law so is different from Ghana you have to prove one prove what and yeah what demand no court to do who say there is no proof. Court to grant mana. Obenya asemu. Me maka check this say ya sa ne last silence radio no one je no fama me.
Ozina do ya da wase pa ya da wase ya da mu na ase Yada two so I say and
yeah,
so
Bempah.
Obiaso mrepam never sign no atwetwe nkomo.
I'm saying my wife will show it na dey beji pass and me no wakasa.
Ya chi anu my pass
But
why?
the wakatra.
Yada wase pass. Yeah, bye. Adofo Hopeson Adorye ene Ernest Owusu Bempah na owura twum na mote say ye ne omo atwetwe nkomo. Ye do munya na ase so munya adaje ebe join e program so jumade mo share live. YouTube, the announcer newspaper, so Facebook, the announcer newspaper, so online, so announcer newsonline.com. Mr. Momo, Yentima Momo, audio, so no dawson. Intimumfa enche ye de mrepam ya bebo de ambo amati. Minia Bema Fifi, mechia webia wobia New York, Fifi, New York for ya chia munyina gaji, New Jersey, mechia wobia wobia. Ana wo Canada Japan, so mechia Mama journey nyina so ya chia munyina mrepam no ya besan atwetwen enkomo Erade enka obia omedin ededa de Fred makra munyina.